Hello, welcome. What's up, everyone? David here. How's everyone doing tonight? We're streaming later than usual, huh? How is everyone doing? Who's here tonight? Lock J Step. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Ruff Claws, my dude. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Good Hunter, Akira, Blur Tengu, Cool Whip, Charlie, Scythe, Cartier JRPGs, Terrance, Nexo, Joshua Salt, Cavit, Hazard Seer. Welcome, y'all. Carl, Vela. What's up? Notice, Zach, Polk, Ariel, Riku. What's up, dude? Julian, Vish, Halvin, Istidin, Quinn. I have Geobet, Jay, AG, Furchy. Hello, y'all. How's everyone doing today? Let me fix my stream first. My chat box is not at the right place. Here we go. Cool. Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? We are going to watch the Monark reveal. Dope as hell. Monark is let me explain first what I'm gonna do tonight. Okay. First of all, this game is going to be revealed at 8 p.m. Sorry about that, Eastern time, which means that it's going to be revealed in an hour and a half. What I want to do is first I'm going to go with you guys over what we know so far about the game. And I'm also going to explain what's this game exactly, because I know this is a question that a lot of you have, actually. I talked about the game a bit in my two latest news episode, but I'm going to go over everything that we know so far. And then I will be joining friends of the channel. So we have Kyoto, Spencer, Oziak, Maka. Damn it, I'm forgetting someone. Velvet Network, too. So that's going to be fun. We're going to all react together to the reveal trailer, which is at 11 p.m. So that's going to be dope. Little party going on for this upcoming reveal. So it's going to be dope. Let's first of all go over what we know so far. Now, if you don't know, Monark is a brand new RPG in a new school setting. That's what they say. We don't know much about it. There was leaked screenshots, or should I say official screenshots, that were shared with weekly magazine Famitsu in Japan on this week's issue, and lots of pictures, lots of stuff was shown, so that was dope. And interesting pictures, to say the least. This is going to be a strategy RPG. As you can see, the character design is really cool, and there's around 4 or 5 actually ex-Megami Tensei developers, composer, writer of older SMT games. We're talking SMT 1, 2, and If here, so veterans. This is why this game is hype, and this is why I'm reporting on it. Thank you all so much for, there was around 1,000 of you guys who voted on my poll today about if I should cover this game or not. Y'all were pretty excited for this one, which is cool because I'm glad that I can report this. I've seen the question pop up in this chat multiple times already. This game is not confirmed to be coming to the West yet, but we have strong reasons to believe that it is going to get localized. Probably later down the line. I don't expect a worldwide release for this one, not at all. But I assume it's gonna release later, let's say in 2022, because I think it's scheduled for an October release or November release. We're gonna go over that in just a bit. So very cool. PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch for now. No PC version, no Xbox version for now. And I assume NIS America will publish this game in the West later, but we don't know that yet. So interesting, to say the least. Let's go over what we know so far. So once again, shout out to Persona Central for the articles. Let's go over what we know so far. This is developed by Lancars, which is actually a team that worked on Strange Journey in the past, so that's why it's exciting. And yeah, let's go over what we know so far. Following the tease for the new school RPG developed in part by former Shin Megami Tensei staff members called Monark, as well as the leaked release date of October. So see, October 14th, 2021. So just a month before SMT 5. That's gonna hold Japanese player until the game. If it's a worldwide release and we get it in the West, that's cool, but I don't expect that. So later down the line, I would assume. Development staff, here we go. Planning, production, we have names here. And I know they had a place in the article where they mentioned who was in the Megami Tensei series, because I don't remember on the top of my head here. So Story. The True Student Council is a group established to resolve abnormal situations at school. The protagonist becomes its vice president and chooses a partner among 4 characters to fight against the unreasonable. The main story has multiple endings with different branches for each of the 4 possible buddies. It's also possible to skip common routes and advance other buddy routes to make subsequent playthrough easier. Dope. Now let's see, gameplay. The combat system is a free movement turn-based battle system. Players can increase their insanity level in order to access powerful techniques, but if they increase it too much, they will go insane, lose control, and fight against both friends and foe. Ego represents the player's value relating to desire, pride, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth. Heavily inspired by SMT? World of Sloth 2? Who knows? Hopefully not. For those of you who don't know, the World of Sloth is a really, let me say, interesting dungeon in SMTF. The appearance of these demons as well as their voices can be customized. The ego changes depending on the choices the player makes, and it also affects the demon that can be used as the player's underlings. Interesting. Development comments. Okay, so here's the list of devs that worked on the Megami Tensei series in the past, and here's what they had to say to Gamatsu. Once again, article from Persona Central. Ayashi and Oshino. We got excited talking about Shin Megami Tensei If and how nowadays there are no games like it. So we constructed the prototype for Monark. With consideration for the worldview and atmosphere, we thought important to preserve in a school RPG project. Alright. Aisashi said, I can thank the creators who joined the project sensing mine and Oashino enthusiasm enough. The chemistry with the other creators, sorry, can't talk tonight, was there, and we were able to develop the game with the ideal team. Suzuki said, while I'm participating in the project as a supervisor, I've been able to give detailed advice to Ayashi and Hito, who are writing the scenario. Hito said, I worked on the stories for 100 students. And Masuko, being the composer, he said, I worked on about 40 songs. Cool. This is the good stuff, okay? Here we're going to have the screenshot. So if some of y'all don't want to get spoiled about anything when it comes to this game, even if it's further down the line, you might want to mute this or for a couple of minutes at least, and then I think the guys will be starting shortly too. So we'll join them and we'll see what everyone thinks about this. But I wanted to introduce you guys properly to what we know so far. Let me just see what's being said here. Sorry, I'm just trying to see what's up here. Okay. All right, let's keep going with this article here. Let me show you guys the screenshots and everything that we know so far. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, I don't stream that late normally. I'm almost asleep at that time normally, to be honest. So I appreciate all of you being here. Really, that's awesome. Thank you so much. If y'all could drop a like if you enjoyed the stream, that would be really appreciated, actually. So before the good stuff starts, you know, let's get people in here. All right, let's see. Issue of Famitsu magazine has been released, and we look at this new school RPG developed by Longhurst and former members of Atlus. Let's see. Like, I really love that art style. That looks really dope. Like, the character designs, they kind of remind me of, like, I know Nexo in the chat mentioned Code Vein. That really looks similar in design. I love it. I think they're going to try a different approach, too, on the overall aesthetic and school setting. Like, you know how I say that I wish Persona 6 would drop the school setting thing and would try to tackle something different? Well, seems like they're trying something a bit different, even if it's in a school. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all liking. Thanks, Coogan. Appreciate you. All right, so here are our characters here. I assume that's the protagonist here. I assume. Multiple endings, the game system here. We can see here there's... that's probably way too small for you guys, isn't it? That's making it smaller. God damn it. I can't make the screenshot bigger. Oh, can I? All right, that's better. See, that seems like it's a grid-based progression system, so that looks pretty cool. I really love the characters. The character design looks really cool. Like, you know that... oh, David Crow with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, my dude. I hope it's not like Caligula, because I did not enjoy it. Hey, dude, David Crow, thanks for the support. And this is exactly the game that I was about to mention. Caligula Effect Overdose. Those games were made by ex-developers from Atlus that worked on Persona 2. So that's why I was interested in the game. This game is the complete opposite of Caligula in its design. Monark has a fantastic character design, at least in my taste. And on the other hand, Caligula, they had like the most blank designs ever, I would say. Like, that looked really generic. So this looks way more interesting to me. So, hey, thanks for the support, Demicro. Appreciate it. Let's see here. So yeah, characters here. The protagonist was on the previous screen, right? Yeah, that's the protagonist. He's on the main box art, which we'll see in a bit. Seems like he has like a different form here, because that looks like him too. So I wonder if you're able to transform or something. Obviously, I cannot read this thing, so yeah, that looks cool. Other characters. It looks like there's going to be a lot of characters here. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys can see, but on screen here, I have my monitor is pretty big. Dude, those character models on screen, they look great. Like, you can see them traveling in school here. That looks pretty cool. Seems like the cutscene are going to be very artistic too, so... Yeah, we know who the artist is, Raiho. Let me... Oh, I had the information before. It's a name that I've never heard before. I know I sent it in the chat before. Sobin. Sobin is the name of the artist. I don't know who this is. I'm sorry. If anyone can say what this person made in the past, that would be great. I don't know who this person is. So we see we have a ton of more text here. We have another screenshot, which seems to be a battle sequence or something. It's a strategy RPG, but it looks really unique too, so... here we have the progression system, which seems to be a bit more clear. I think you guys will be able to see this. Here we have regular stats here. Attack, defense, luck, movement, agility, psychic, I would say. It kind of reminds me of like... Ooh, that looks like Fire Emblem Three Houses style over there. The top right screenshot. That looks dope. See, we have the exploration sequence here with some type of dark figure that looks like Dark Link or something. Yeah, this game looks really promising. Again, I don't know those screenshots are from which version exactly. I can't make this out, but that looks dope. Here we go. Those are clearer looks at the characters here. I gotta say, this looks really promising. Yeah, lots of screenshots in here. This one screenshot here, which is second column on the right, we can see the gate to which seems to be like the school entrance. That looks really dope. Yeah, that looks really dope. This is... It reminds me of like the gate in 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, Vanillaware game, from those of you who watched it. So, yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, so those are the screenshots that they had. See, oh... Are those additional screenshots? No, we went over those. Okay, cool. We have the box art here as well. You can't tell me that doesn't look dope. Like, look at this. That looks really cool. I love how the logo is down on the box art. PS5, PS4, but on Switch it's up there. Now, what's interesting is the publisher in Japan is Furyu. They're small. They're really small, so I wonder who... I think... Most of us think it's going to be NIS America, which is going to be publishing this in the West. That's what most people think, because they like those little Japanese games which are a bit more niche. But man, it seems like there's a lot of hype surrounding this one because of the staff working on it. That looks really dope. They even have a limited edition of the game which comes in a big box and what seems to be an art style here. That's really dope. We have just over an hour left, so I want to hear what you guys think. I'm going to go over some of y'all messages, so if you want to let me know what you think, that would be great. Thanks for everyone who joined in the meanwhile. I really appreciate all of y'all. Wow, 200 viewers. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. If y'all could drop a like again, if you like the stream, I appreciate it. The good stuff is coming. This is starting in 70 minutes. We're going to join the boys soon here, which should be fun. And yeah. What do y'all have to say? Let's see here. Rosa says, not NIS America, please. I mean, they're the reason why we have some of the most niche Japanese RPGs, so we still gotta be grateful for them even if you don't necessarily enjoy them. So, Dowxin, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're here. Appreciate that. He says here, I kind of like that company. They made Caligula and Lost Dimension. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why we still want to see what's going to happen, because I know Caligula is a game that some people really like while others don't. So we'll have to see. Judah says, I hope there will be a collector's edition with a digital code. Interesting. I like to have physical cards or physical discs, personally. I don't know if we'll get a collector's edition in the West. In Japan, we know they have it. And it seems like they have a physical game in the thing, so whoop. Yeah. We'll see. Dread Knight says, are you going to import it? Oh, I won't, because those games are like really text heavy and I won't understand it. Plus I have strong reasons to believe it's going to get localized anyways, so Coogan says, random, but what do you think of Spike Chunsoft publishing this game? They could. I know they also are a very good publisher in the West for niche Japanese style games, so we'll see. Harry says, is it coming? If you're talking about the trailer, yes, in 68 minutes it's starting. If you're talking about the game, we don't know if it's coming in the West yet. We'll see. Sorry, I'm just gonna mute my phone here really quickly. Here we go. Greg says, I know nothing about this game. I think Atlus may publish it, though, as they used to publish smaller or lesser-known titles published by others back in the day. That's the thing, Greg. As you said, back in the day, they struggle to localize and publish their own stuff nowadays, which leads me to believe that I'm not too sure they're gonna localize that one. Hopefully. Cyan Ryan says, isn't NIS the reason we have Disgaea and Danganronpa in the West? Disgaea, yes. Danganronpa, isn't that Spike Chunsoft? I'm not too sure. Demicrow says, I just hope it doesn't switch gameplay styles like Caligula, because I was confused when I tuned into Kuro's stream and it turned into a top-down game. Yeah, Caligula is really weird, but some people really like it. Like, we're going to join with the boys later tonight. We're going to join Velvet Network, Kuro, Spencer, Oziak, and Maka to react to that trailer. And I know Spencer enjoyed Caligula, while Kuro didn't. So, depends. Really depends. Yes, Kavi, it's going to be a strategy RPG. Putra says, I think Atlus should do a straight port with DDS. It would make the game much cheaper. That caught me off guard. Sorry. DDS 1 and 2 HD remastered, that's coming. We just have to wait a bit longer. Notice says, is this game going to have social links like Persona? We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. Possibly. Seems like they're putting a big emphasis on their characters, so maybe we get some type of social stuff, social interactions. We'll see. But I expect an emphasis on characters for sure. I'm sorry I cannot read your name, but the question is, if it does get localized, how long till we get it? It's hard to tell. That's hard to tell. And Ice America's pretty good. I would say probably a year top. I would say, yeah. And this is coming in October, so not too shabby. Toru Adachi says, I want to play this game just because it's from Atlus. It's not from Atlus, but there's Ex-Atlus devs, composers, writers, and devs that worked on older mainline SMT games, SMT 1, 2, and also SMT If. So that's why it's a big deal. That's why I'm talking about it. It also looks really interesting, obviously. Fergie Alice says, what kind of gameplay do you think this game will have? Do you think they will make a companionship system, or just like Devil Survivor, friendship system, or like SMT? That's hard to tell. I expect an emphasis on characters, but I don't know if I expect like social links necessarily. So I said maybe we get something along the lines. Yeah, I think Devil Survivor is a good example, Fergie, for sure. Like, clearly an emphasis on characters, but not like you're not locked progressions if you don't progress through a social link, for example. See what I mean? But we'll see. We don't know. It's just pure speculation here. Alex D says, I fear it won't be localized. It looks worth a play. Oh, I think it will be. That screams to me a niche Japanese game that will release in the West. Especially since if you look at the trailer clearly, which is on a Japanese YouTube page, it's just full of English comments. So clearly there's interest here. If you look at the chat, it's English all over the place. So interest is here, and I think smaller publishers that like to publish tons of Japanese stuff here in the West, like an NIS America, I think they're gonna pick up this project. Like they localize Caligula, they're going to localize Caligula 2. They're localizing random stuff that's kind of niche, such as like I think they're publishing Suda's games now. Like the Silver Case is coming back. That's just something that they're publishing too. So I don't know. We'll see. Charles Johnson said probably X-Seed. Yep, that's a good pick too. Craftium says, I think it will come over. Even super niche stuff published by Fudio has come over to like Crystar C. That's what I expect too. I'm not too worried. I think that's coming. Toru Hadachi says, bro, if they have an ex-developers of SMT best games, I expect some great game from that. Yeah, absolutely. Probably no dub. Yeah, that's a possibility. Realheim says you can have a character drive story without social links 100%. Yep, agreed. Zach says, imagine not owning Caligula effect. I don't know if it's such a bad thing. I own the game, but pretty sure that doesn't make me cool. Notice asks, how are you going to play this game? Switch, PS5, or PS4? If the performance is alright on Switch, I'll get Switch because I really like the portability. So definitely Switch for me. If the performance is similar, if like on PS5 it's like 60 FPS, but it's stable 30 on Switch, that'll be Switch for me. But if the Switch is like a really bad port, then I'll get PS5. No word on a Xbox version, no word on a PC version yet. It's really Switch, PS4, PS5 for now. The character designer is... Oops, I lost it. Sobin. That's the name. Thanks for clarifying, Joshua. Demicro says, I wonder when we'll get a new Codename X / Persona X trailer. I wonder. They announced that game and we haven't heard anything from it. But this Japanese dev, the publisher, they dropped like 15 trailers during one show. I don't know how big they are, but that's a ton of games. So maybe they just showed their stuff a bit too soon. That's my bet. An hour left, guys. An hour left until this starts. Philemon says, all SMT mainline are the best SMT games in my opinion. Yeah, I can see that. But at the same time, some spin-offs are fantastic too. So, Digital Devil Saga, Devil Survivor, good games. But mainline games, SMT 1, 2, Nocturne, 4. Yeah. But at the same time, if you look at like a Digital Devil Saga, I think that's a better game than Apocalypse. But yeah. I get what you're saying though, no problem. Judah says, I'm guessing this is going to be a nostalgia-driven flop. I hope not, but I'm cautious from Balan's Wonderworld. Oh, fair. Better be cautious for everything. to be honest. Sobin did the art for the light novel series Overlord. Interesting. S1 says Caligula effect, puke emoji. I heard various things about this one. Some people like it, some other don't. See? We have Puke Beast in the chat here saying Caligula is not bad from what I played, but it definitely has its downfalls. See? Yeah, Christian, welcome to the stream, bro. Appreciate you being here. Pretty sure that doesn't make me cool. Nah, I'm pretty sure I'm not that cool, girl. Black Frost says, can we romance the girls in this game? I don't know, but when you look at certain pictures, clearly waifu inspired, so possibly. Sion Castle says the first two girls are called Hyuga Nozomi and Yuta Shina. And the boy is Date Ryotaro. I couldn't translate the last girl's name. Interesting. Raiho Kuzunoha says, also, David, can we get SMT4 music in the background? Yeah, we can do that for sure. I can do that for Raiho. Tell me if it's too loud. I know the SMT4 soundtrack's is recorded pretty high. Let me know if it's too loud. Craftjim says, as the CEO of Nemissa, I am obligated to say Soul Acker's GOAT. Nemissa best girl. I'll give you that. Hey, Tress Leches, welcome to the stream, dude. It's been a while since I saw you in the chat, so I appreciate you being here. Thank you. On a live stream, I meant. Dread Knight says, I just finished Nocturne today. Freedom ending will always be my canon ending. Ariel says, I only played P3, P5 so far. I want to play SMT Nocturne, but it's too expensive. I'll just wait for a sale. Fair. S1 says, Nozomi. Oh no, please no. Yeah, hopefully she's not a worthless character, unlike an other Nozomi that we all know and don't necessarily love. I mean, she's cute, but other than that, she doesn't have much going for her. Dowson says, this week we're eating good this game and maybe SMT5. No. Let me stop you right here. Let me correct that phrasing here. This week we're eating good this game and definitely SMT5. That's a better way to say it. Hey David, I recommended watching this Yakuza skit by a YouTuber named Akahoru. I think you did enjoy it. You can send me that, Kugan, on Twitter. I'm always looking forward to some Yakuza content, so. Trinity says, calling it now, the head of student council is the villain and will either turncoat making you the leader or you will kill them making you the leader. Interesting. Music is not loud enough? Okay. Oh, man. I had to slow down here. I'm not really paying attention to what's playing, by the way, so it's going to be like the whole soundtrack just playing. Let me pull up the chat again. All right, here we go. Oh, $3 super chat from Peter Parker. Thanks for your support, dude. I appreciate that. Sup, did I miss the reveal for the RPG? Nope, you didn't, dude. You're fine. The reveal is going to be at 11 p.m. Eastern time. I just went over everything that we already know so far, and I was currently going through your thoughts about the game, so. I'm just going to keep going with your questions here. All right, let's keep going. Joshua says, really hoping this turns out to be good. Yep, hopefully. Black Frost says, SMT5 where? Tuesday, Nintendo Direct, E3 2021. That's going down. But where's my Black Frost Nendoroid, by the way? That's supposed to be coming soon. You just reminded me of that, dude. Mystical Hero says, wait, so is the gameplay like SMT? No, this gameplay is going to be a strategy RPG. This game's going to be a strategy RPG. We don't really know in what veins yet, but strategy RPG. Looking at the screenshots now, it doesn't really remind me of SMT. It's just made by older devs, so yeah. Yami says, is Monark like Persona with Persona Q map drawing? I hate drawing maps. No, it's not a first-person dungeon crawler. From what I can see here on screen, it looks like the dungeon exploration is going to be similar to like a Persona 4. That's what it reminds me, at least. So, Cyan Ryan, nice wallpaper. Well, thank you, sir. Oh, $2 super chat from Demi Crow. Please play... Demi Crow, I know that track. I know that track. Shadow World Dead Mouse remix. Oh boy. Can I even play that? Or is that copyrighted? That's probably copyrighted, Demi Crow. Give me another request. Give me another request. I think that's copyrighted, dude. I'll play your request, but give me another troll request. Not that one, if that's okay with you. Sorry about that, dude. I don't want to risk it. Anything with lyrics or anything in that style, it's like, it's kind of scary. Don't want to risk it. Yami Industry says Devil Survivor was pretty good from what I heard. Yeah, Devil Survivor is awesome. Dowson says waiting for my Black Frost figure too. Yeah, can't wait for it. It's supposed to be, I think it's like first week of July we're supposed to get it. Yeah, that's gonna be a cool one. Hey Vela, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being here. Bakamite. Bakamite is a good track, but see that's a good example of a copyrighted track, so. Yeah, I know that's the worst song in P4D. Bad mass. Okay, I can play Mass Destruction. I know that's an okay one from P3D. Okay, that's trash. I mean, it's trash, but I'll give you that, Demicro. I'll give you that. Let's see how bad this is. I don't even like the original one, so. Ooh. Ooh. See what I'm doing for y'all? Okay, let's get back to this Monarch thing here. If y'all have any questions, any thoughts about Monarch, please let me know. Tiny here says, hey David, where does it say strategy RPG? I can only find free moving turn-based. We can see it on screen here. Tactical based. I don't think it's going to be a pure strategy RPG. Ooh, that's actually pretty bad. Ooh. I prefer King Narakami's version. Rough Claw says, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm excited to see what they have to show. Oh yeah, for real, for real. Same. Yeah, the box art looks really good. Hey Jason, what's up? Welcome to the stream. You didn't miss much. The reveal is in 50 minutes. 50 minutes the reveal is going down. I was just going over what we know so far. Dude, Demicro, that's trash. Turn up the music. Oof, okay, I can do that. Oof. Yeah, Pinch Battle. Pinch Battle's dope, Salt. I'll do that. I'll do that. That's way better than this. Yami Industry says playing SMT 3 without guys or watching it play through, and it's pretty fun, but encountering demons between stores and stuff is pretty stupid. Yeah, that's kind of a mechanic that aged a bit poorly, I would say. Demi Joker says, have you heard Bravely Default's 2 music? It's really good, not gonna lie. Yeah, Bravely Default has very good music. I prefer the first game's soundtrack, personally. Hey, what's up, King Narakami? We were just talking about you, actually. Yeah, over 200 viewers. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all can hear the music? My Streamlabs here tells me it's pretty loud, actually. I can make it louder. How's the music, guys? How's the audio? Diego, no, you're not late. It's starting in 50 minutes. 50 minutes, Pokestar. Joshua, will you read Overload? What's Overload? That's the visual novel or manga that you mentioned before. Hey, y'all are going crazy with the music requests. The music is too quiet. Okay, let me make this louder for y'all. Okay, first track. Oh no, we said we'll do pinch battle now. Okay, we'll do that. That's a really good one. Yeah, that's good. Is that loud enough? I rose the volume quite a bit. I should be able to hear that now. Let me know if it's better. Ferchi Hallis says, Monark better have a good gameplay with that dope character design. Oof. I want to know what the 3D models looks like. Do they have any screenshots of them? 3D. Yeah, we have in-game screenshots here. They look great. They I know some people are gonna hate me for this, but they look as good as like Persona characters. Volume's good now. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, Overload is a light novel that Sobin does. The artwork in that. Yeah, okay, I'll check this out. I'll check this out, Joshua. Yami Industry says, hey David, will the live stream be taken down like how Ubisoft and EA and people streaming their premieres? I doubt it. I doubt it. They don't normally care. Plus, we're more than half of the people watching the official stream here. Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. That's awesome. I appreciate it. We're 240 viewers. Wow, that's awesome. Official stream has just under 400, so. Yeah, I hope this game's gonna have a good soundtrack. Who's the composer already? I don't remember who's the composer. Composer is Masuko. I don't remember what he worked on exactly. I think I mentioned that in my news episode. Hey, Peter Parker coming in with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much for the support, dude. Play Heaven from Dragon Quest V. Actually, never mind. Don't play that. What do you want me to play, Peter Parker? I'll play that for you. Let me know your requests. It's actually... Oh, okay. We can let that play while we wait for your suggestion. Yeah, character design and art looks really nice, Greg. I agree, dude. Dread Knight says, what if this was secretly Persona 6? Oof. Rough Claws. Yeah, I'll play that. Camel Palace from the PS1. That's a really good track, Persona 1. Let me just mute this really quickly. Alright, here we go. Tsukasa Masuko. Okay, that's it. It begins at 11. It's a team for Spider-Man 2 from Spider-Man 2 from Peter Parker. That's a cool team. I remember that one, actually. That's a game that I grew up with. So, now, Peter, if you have another request, let me know. I'm gonna move on to Kama Palace while we're waiting for your requests. Everything's fire when it comes to that soundtrack. Persona 6 Monarch. Please, no. Lucas, this begins at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. In 45 minutes, the premiere starts. Why don't we join up with the boys here? See if anyone's ready to go, even if we're 45 minutes in advance. I am counting on you guys to let me know if everyone sounds great, okay? That's kind of unprepared, and we're gonna be a lot on stream. We're gonna be like 6 people on here, so I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me correctly. Furchi, yeah, that's confirmed. They're gonna have multiple endings, so it is said somewhere. We've read that before. Over here, yeah, multi-ending. There's gonna be like, I think 4 endings for the 4 main characters. Yeah, here it is. The main story has multiple endings with different branches for each for the 4 possible buddies. So different branches for each, but so over 4 different endings. That's actually pretty good. Peter Parker says, I have a request. Could you play Silver Will from Trails in the Sky? I can do that. Good track, yeah. Good track for Combo Palace beforehand, though. I assume that's gonna be it. Yeah. And I think we have some friends ready to go here, so let me call them and see what's up. Count on you guys for the audio, by the way. Who's publishing that? For you in the East.
Can't hear anything yet. Change audio output.
Hello,
Speaker.
sir. Can you hear me?
Yep. I can hear you. So I have good news and I have bad news.
What's up?
Good news. Well, let's do bad news first. Good news is too exciting. Bad news. I found out you can't curse when sharing things to social media on the PlayStation 5.
On the PS5?
Yeah, so when, like, say if I'm sending something to Twitter, like a picture of a trophy I just unlocked, I can't say, fuck this trophy. I have to use alternative words. And according to my Twitter, if anyone cares, I finally, and I cannot emphasize this enough, finally...
Oh, you mean when they use the share feature?
I got the, I have 100% Compendium in Nocturne HD.
Nice.
Which, let me tell you, everyone's like, oh, it's not that many demons. That's not that hard.
No, that's kind of hard for Nocturne.
Oh my god. And it's so unsatisfying because so many of the demons are just so boring or so ugly.
Huh.
So, I literally have nothing but the easiest trophies left in the game now, and I just have one ending left to get. So I'm gonna make, like, probably a stream either this weekend or sometime early next week of, like, finally actually platinuming it, but oh my god. I had 2 feelings. I was like, alright, originally I was like, I'll platinum this game eventually. I'm not in a hurry. But it was like some weird drug. Like, I could not... in my brain, I was like, alright, when I review this game, by the time I finished my video, I was like, okay, Nocturne, I'm gonna give you a long break. I put like 50 hours or so into, like, doing that video and that first playthrough, and I was like, okay, this was a good time. You got a couple of grindy trophies. I'm clearly going to want to play other things. Genshin Impact is calling my name. But instead, I was a huge hypocrite. And I've been playing nothing but Nocturne, like, non-stop. And I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, I have to get this platinum. Like, I've played so long that, like, I don't know if there's anything you can kind of compare it to if you're not into, like, getting trophies.
I'm not, actually. But I can kind of compare it to, like...
But this is not a fun one. This is not one that, like, oh, this was...
Oh, I bet.
Like, it started fun, like, getting the endings, doing all of the content, doing True Demon ending. I was like, this is great. And then when we got to the point where it was like, okay, now do all of this. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, having old PS2 guides up for this game is the opposite of fun.
Oh, I bet, man. I don't collect trophies, but I have this weird addiction with Yakuza games. Like, I have to do all the side quests and, like, do a lot of mini games.
Yakuza, even if, like, the side quests aren't a 10 out of 10, this, like, Yakuza is content.
Yes.
No one is sitting there saying like, "Oh
It's
my
fun
god, dude,
stuff.
you know what I loved?"
Yeah.
Like, you know what I love is thinking I fucked up my demon compendium, and in reality, you just forgot 2 random demons that were like level 50 and level 40. So like that stuff isn't fun, because I legit had a heart attack for a moment, thinking that registering Super Pixie is different than registering actual Pixie. Because I was at 99% for like an hour, like right before I hopped on here, thinking like, oh my god, like that, like it would be a different. Because I've never tried. Because in my brain, even like that's why I didn't platinum normal P5, or I don't actually know if you need a full compendium for golden, but it was one of those things where like even in that case, like I think the other ones would be like more fine. Like I think it's just Nocturne's fusion system is just very unique in a way that's like not fun. Of like having to have certain fusions for like the phase of Kagutsuchi is interesting for the first time until you're like, okay, god, I gotta be on phase 4. But now I'm at like the
when
tail
you're
end
aiming
of Lupin.
for the complete compendium, it gets not that great. I would assume
when you realize, because in my dumb brain, I forgot what Death Stones actually, like I knew Death Stones were needed for the Fiends. I forgot those were an actual consumable. So it is possible that, like, let's say you just keep summoning Matador like a dummy, that, like, you can run out of Death Stones unless you, like, go and buy them for, like, 100,000 Maka.
Huh. Want to say hi to my chat. People are asking if this is you, so want to let them know who you are.
I'm the guy who complains about Nocturne even though he's going to platinum it.
Ah, what an introduction.
Yes,
this is Spencer, for those asking. We were talking about everything when it comes to Monarch. What are your thoughts? We didn't talk before. What do you think about what we already know so far?
I think this is probably like... I have a lot of thoughts. For starters, this is... I think it shows a very large sign of confidence that they are willing to make a PS5 SKU for this game, which I don't think enough people are talking about.
It's true, and we don't have a lot of niche Japanese RPGs for now, at least, that are coming out on PS5.
Let alone that even have a physical release. Like, literally, the only RPGs right now we have on PS5 is, and this just came out like 2 days ago,
Atelier?
Hyperdimension Neptunia. No. Hyperdimension Neptunia 1 got a remake called Reverse.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is out, and then Atelier 2, Atelier Ryza 2. But Atelier is, like, only digital everywhere, and at least Neptunia. So, like, unless there's one I'm forgetting, in terms of very strict JRPGs, like, I wouldn't really count FF7 as one just because that's kind of, like, more blurs the line and isn't, like...
Yeah, that's too big.
It's technically out until then, but yeah, it's kind of, like, very different. Of like it would be sort of like a thing of, like, the first Atlus game that we see on a PS5 box, I think, is still at least 2 years away. Mm-hmm. Sadly.
Probably. But they were always pretty late jumping into bandwagons for new systems.
Oh, no way. They usually tried to do big, but that was back when they did publishing.
Oh,
when they did publishing,
nowadays
they would be very great about it. For first-party games, yeah, they're normally pretty late. Like, Catherine
that's what I meant.
Was almost like 5 years into PS3. But, like, look at stuff like Golden was there on launch year. PS4 not so much. PS4 definitely took them a couple years. Their first like actual Atlus game that wasn't even. I mean, even this isn't technically, it's Vanillaware. But Odin Sphere was the first Atlus Japan published game.
Huh? You mean on Vita or PS4? PS3.
PS4. They technically were all released at the same time, but yeah.
Okay, because I remember that was a late. I played that on PS3 before. That was a late PS3 game for me. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't get the PS4 at launch. So someone was asking before if this was going to get published by Atlus in the West here, and I was like, oh, hell no. they're done with those days. I wish.
Furyu, most people don't talk about this, but yeah, the publisher, Furyu, does not have a good relationship with Atlus.
Oh, they don't?
At least Atlus West.
Also, hello, friends.
Hey.
Hello, we said bad friends with Atlus, and my best friend with Atlus popped in.
Mr. Ozyak,
how are
you
Atlus,
doing?
JP. I'm good. How are you doing, David?
I'm doing great as well.
Nice.
Let me ask you the same thing I asked Spencer a couple minutes ago. What are your thoughts about what we know so far about Monarch?
I'm gonna be completely
David,
honest.
you missed a completely great opportunity for a joke. I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked Spencer. What are you wearing, and how horny are you right now? This is what the conversation was like. You can't deny it.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was a lie.
Of course. Here's the thing. I've kind of intentionally kept myself a little blind on Monarch so far. All I know is that it's like school RPG. All I saw was that leak when it initially got touted. I've like seen some vague screenshots that I did not keep to memory, and then I know it's like supposedly SMT if inspired. That's about it.
Yeah.
David, you should like do the Twitter-sized description. Like Ozzy is like the everyman. They're walking into the stream. How do you sell someone Monarch without using comparatives?
You like Persona?
Oh god. That's a comparison, dude.
No.
That's the comparison.
Yeah, that's the first thing that I saw in the Persona Central article, but that was to be expected.
Listen, if I need to rope in...
They at least have the like thing of like, it's their website. Like I'm not gonna give the like. Listen, it's not like it's on JRPG Central. Like I'm giving you a little bit of slack there.
Listen, if I need to rope in as many people to understand and appreciate this game as possible, I just have to ask them, hey, all my Tokyo Mirage Sessions fans in the audience, have I got a treat for you?
Oh boy. This is the real collaboration you've all been waiting for.
Haha.
Also, I'm gonna mute for just a second. Don't mind me.
No problem.
See, I'm just getting my stream set up. I literally was like, oh, I have nothing but time. I even had plans to have like a stream before my stream. I got review code in for. Oh, I've already forgotten. It's already a good sign. Ninja Gaiden. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got a review code in for Ninja Gaiden Collection. There we go. The best HD collection in town. And I was messing around with that, but I can't stream it until a patch goes live. So the day one patch isn't super duper live yet.
Wow, really? Oh, you can't stream it?
All right, I live again. What happened?
Could stream it, but the publisher requested because there's a big feature missing. Some of the blood and a lot of the decapitations are toned down in the version 1.0, and the day one update basically puts it on par to the original releases.
Spencer, I'm going to take advantage of you being here. I have a super chat, $5 super chat from Sam. Thank you so much for the support. I think you might have the answer to his question. I don't have it. The question is, I don't know if Tsukasa Masuko has worked on anything recently, but I'm very excited to hear something new from them. So he's the composer on Monarch. Do you know if he worked on something recently?
I do have that, because I was looking that up recently for it. Hold on.
I know he's dope, though, so I wonder. Thanks for the support, Sam. Appreciate it. Because he's behind like SMT 1 and 2, right?
Yes, and also worked on I'm pretty sure If as well, and then even had some credits with some more recent games where like a lot of his stuff pretty much like he like worked on a couple of random titles here and there. I actually think I'm trying to have his name spelled up because I thought I'd had it right, but hilariously and more sad, if you just look up SMT1 composer, Megaro comes up, which is very not true.
Never trust the first thing that shows up on Google search.
Yeah, will you give me the spelling, because I have it pulled up. I
just
have way too much open right now.
Tsukasa is Tsukasa, Masuko Masuko.
There we go. Alright, yeah, so he worked on a bunch of stuff afterwards, but a lot of it was not really JRPG focused or people super cared about. So after If, he worked on a couple of different stuff. He did work on Soul Hackers, which was like his last big SMT one.
Good soundtrack.
So yeah, a lot of people like know him for the earlier stuff, but yeah, my first big kind of like, oh, I really like this guy's stuff is definitely OG Soul Hackers, which
Soul
was
Hackers
good because they did not remake it when it came to
the 3DS.
The 3DS one. They just gave it the rearrangement, which I appreciate.
Which is perfect, yeah, because that's a good soundtrack. I'd rather have the old one than them just destroying it with a new remix or something like what they did with P1.
Okay, so here's my thank you VGM database for the shoutouts here. I knew I had it somewhere. So he did an arrangement for Death Smiles. He worked on
a lot of compilations. But yes, I was right. He did work on the original Caligula, Kuro's favorite game, because he's not here to defend it. Like, literally, half the reason I wanted Kuro to come in here, and hopefully Hagane can as well from the Velvet Network, is they are very much not fans of Caligula. So when they found out that Furio was going to be the publisher of this, and there's definitely going to be some comparisons. I think comparisons to Caligula are way more fair than like something like an SMT or Persona, just in the sense of like that. So yeah, he even worked on the Caligula anime. He worked on the new songs for Overdose, and I actually don't know if it's confirmed if he's working on the sequel, but he did work on. Trying to think, there was one other thing he had worked on that I thought was interesting. Because a lot of the stuff, like, he's got a, like, shout-out credits in P5R, but that doesn't super count, mostly just because it's, like, they did an arrangement of his, not Ikebukuro, Newtown in P5R. I literally just said it, like, a couple of days ago.
Friggin' starts with a K, I think? Maybe?
Oh, Kamurocho.
That's definitely not it. I think that's Yakuza 7.
Yakuza.
That's Yakuza.
I'm literally like my brain is just nothing but demon formulas right now, so like I need a purge very, very badly.
That's what you get for Platinum and Nocturne, dude.
It's not even Platinum.
Kichijoji.
You'll get it at some point.
Because Kichi. Well, I'll see. The thing is now I could get it within the time like this video probably premieres. I'm just now at the point where like, okay, I did the bullshit trophy. Let's get out of the way.
What are you missing?
But yes, because. Literally, I just need to beat the game on normal demon ending, which ironically I saved the worst ending for last. And, yeah, that's actually it. I just got to do that, and then I have the game beat. Unfortunately, I didn't make a save for that one, because you have to do it specifically at this one scene in Yoyogi Park, and I totally forgot to make a save slot there. So, yeah, for whatever reason, that one ending just has one cutscene trigger, while every other trigger... for the other endings in the game have multiple flags, but for whatever reason, the worst ending just has that one.
I actually did beat a true demon today, which was pretty nice, pretty sexy.
I don't want to spoil it. But I love who they got to be the voice of Lucifer in the English.
I don't know who did it, but I really liked it.
I won't spoil it. But if you're fans of certain games with old men, you'll appreciate it.
Interesting.
Also, hello, Mr. Mac.
The Macintosh is here. And he left. Hey, the Caligula fan base is now here.
Hey,
what's up?
What's up, dude? How are you?
I am tired.
Tired, huh?
This is like, I have to wake up for work in like a few hours. So kind of like...
Nah, that's you played too much Caligula. That's what happened.
Oh yeah, I played too much Caligula Effect. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, what I played was too much. I agree with that.
I still don't know a single thing about Caligula.
You don't need to. Don't worry about it.
I know that's play it because Spencer. a lot of people are going to be jumping on the Caligula train. Let me tell you, it's the what is it? We've got the Summer of Caligula about to happen. It's definitely a thing I'm making happen.
I caused this.
Spencer single-handedly is trying to get Caligula into the world.
The funny thing is, I don't really got to try that hard because like Caligula 1 got Caligula 1 you can't legally buy now anyways, thanks Atlus. But Caligula Overdose, physical copies are already kind of rare, and then like digital just goes on sale all the time, so it's like it's at least not like that big of a hindrance. Like you can get it digitally for less than 20 a lot, but then for whatever reason, I mean I know the reason, NIS just doesn't make a lot of copies, but I'm not gonna blame them for that. Like the fact that Caligula 1 at least got a physical in English of some form is at least nice and better than nothing, because my Japanese physical Vita copy only goes so far.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you there. I played Caligula in Vita before it released on, but it wasn't mine. I borrowed it for like 10 seconds and I was like, it looks fine.
You loved the frame rate, didn't you? You said this frame rate runs so great.
The frame rate just made me instantly fall in love with Caligula Effect. /S if you can't see that I'm being sarcastic here.
I have a good question from my chat here that I want to ask you guys. is Monark going to be localized? And I also had to this question, by who? Which publisher is going to do it?
I know.
Caligula. If Caligula was.
I already know who. It's okay.
Oh yeah,
if
NIS,
Caligula-
NIS, Spike Sunshaft.
It's an Spike. If Spike Chunsoft even touches this game, I'll fucking
please.
throw them down the stairs. I do not want Spike Chunsoft to publish.
Why
this.
not? Why not?
Spike Chunsoft in America is a terrible fucking publisher. They are literally a terrible publisher. If Mac had mouth movement right now, he would agree with me that they are a very bad English publisher.
Aren't they behind Danganronpa? Or were they?
NIS was behind Danganronpa. They just now own the rights because the Japanese holders obviously give it to them.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. They're,
I have mouth movement. I'm just using it to
business.
eat ice cream.
Wait, hold on. Weird question. Are you actually eating ice cream or are you licking ice cream? Because I've never heard someone describe it as eating ice cream. It's just always, oh, I'm licking ice cream.
I've heard people say they're eating ice. Who says that I'm licking ice cream?
Yeah,
right
who
now?
says
you
that?
get-
I
you
need
get a
to know who
bowl?
does it.
You get a bowl of ice cream and you just start licking it all.
Okay, Spencer.
Nice.
I do have a story about eating
Don't
ice
worry.
cream. Eating really bad ice cream. So back on like high school, we created the first anime club in like my high school, and this one dude who was like the president of the school.
David, if you have a video up right now, please. I just want full screen Mac just grinning, eating this ice
Oh, yeah.
cream while we hear the ice cream.
I can do that.
Eating that ice cream, all right.
Everyone's watching. Everyone's watching you eating that ice cream. Eat it. I mean, there's only 270 of people watching you eating that cone. Hello there.
Welcome to my hotel room apartment bedroom.
Haha.
It really does look like you just like moved into a Holiday Inn.
Funny thing is, this is just like this was the best way for me to like put my bed up against, put my bed in my room without it being like, oh, if I want to make my sheets, I gotta like crawl and deal with like, oh, the bed's up against the side of the wall, so I gotta like struggle to put the sheets in. But it just made it look like a freaking hotel room.
Oh, I really thought you were a hotel room. I was like, can't you just get room service to do it? But no, you just explain.
Roommates are actually just the room service.
Actually, whenever I go to a hotel, I always bring this Berserk poster with me.
Listen, it's necessary. It's part of the experience.
It's necessary. You need it.
That and the Devil May Cry 5 poster I have up there.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's not
Very
actually.
nice.
It's not even a poster. That's actually the cloth that came with the collector's edition for 5. And I just put in the
Oh,
frame.
you have the weird
Those are
little
the
van
best
thingy?
Oh,
ones.
Yeah, I have the van. I have the van. It's signed by Ruben Langdon.
Ew.
And,
God bless.
and at the time, he was at the time when I had him sign it, he said, "This is the first time I've ever signed the van." So, as of right now, I have a collector's item.
Huh.
Best part about
Very
the Ruben Langdon signature is now he is ultra famous for being Dante from Nocturne HD. I'm sure people are going to go up to him in drives and give them their copies of Nocturne HD with its yellow cover and be like, "Will you please sign this?" And he went like, "Why?"
Oh, and if you guys have seen a photo of Ruben Langdon signing a piece of pizza, I took that photo.
Perfect.
I like to
Maka.
imagine that's like actually probably way more like popular than I would give it credit.
Hey.
That it was not my pizza. That was the person ahead of me. But as soon as I realized what they were doing, I was like, "Please let me take a photo."
Yeah, I was gonna ask if it actually was yours or not.
No, it's not mine. But I took the photo.
Sad.
Hey,
The guy
Mac.
said he was gonna put in an epoxy or something.
Mac, I have a super chat which is addressed to you. What ice cream?
what's up?
What ice cream are you eating?
That's money well spent right
That's
there.
$2 super chat from Demicro. Thanks, dude.
It was.
Ooh, Demigro.
What's the type? Let's hear it.
It's so it's vanilla, but it was a one of those cones that has like the hard fudge and then the peanuts on it.
Like the
Oh,
cornetto, I guess.
drumsticks.
kind of like a drumstick, kind of. It's one of the other brands, but one of the other cheaper brands, but pack, and the only way to tell what
Yeah.
flavor is to look at the very hard to see
Oh.
color
Light
on the
blue and
packaging,
light
and I just kind of grabbed a random one, and it turned out, yeah, it just turned out, it's like, oh, it just turned out to be, this one was vanilla. I don't know what, I didn't know what it was until I bit into it, but it was vanilla.
Aye.
Well, it's not the worst flavor you could get.
Well,
What,
now
vanilla?
that I finished my ice cream, I'm going to call all of you perverts and peeping toms and tell you to turn off my camera.
I also reply to Oni-chan if you are curious. I will reply to you.
Mm.
Thank you.
Well, good to know now.
Also, we've already lost Hagane to the Shadow Realm. He is now being sent to Bad Opinion Jail because he realized the fault of his crimes, and he now loves both Caligula and Caligula Effect Overdose. So he's at least now on the right side of history. So by the end of the stream,
Oh, the
Kuro
wrong
will-
side
Kuro-
of history.
That just means we have to drag him to the dark side.
20 minutes left. 20 minutes.
20 minutes left.
Yes,
Sounds
sir.
fantastic.
What are your thoughts, y'all?
I'm gonna shut up actually and like get my own thing started because I'm very bad at being productive and talking.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. According to the website, there's 13 minutes left, and there's been 13
No.
minutes left.
No,
Actually,
so that's
13 hours.
That's
13
13
hours.
hours, yeah.
Shut up! I misread it.
no, trust me. Friggin'
It's okay. It's
Spencer
okay. It's in
gets you.
Japanese. It's in Japanese. Don't worry.
No wonder it's been sitting on 13 minutes for like
No, that's the
30
thing,
minutes.
because I thought the whole thing was happening at 10 EST, and I look at the clock and it's like 14 minutes, but then the stream says 80, and I look at it, I'm like, that's definitely not minutes.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I got confused too. I was like, what the especially because David is always starts like an hour early,
Yeah.
and I know he's the same time as I am, so I was like, David, stop doing that. It confuses me.
I
I'm
just found it
sorry.
interesting having a countdown for what I guess is just going to be like a website update, like what 13 hours specifically after
Well,
the
guys,
first trailer.
we technically don't know how long this trailer is. It could be that long until
It
that
could be a
15-hour
13-hour
trailer.
13 minutes. Yeah, we're just
Wow.
gonna watch the entire game.
It's a good-
Directed by Hideo Kojima.
It's a full walkthrough.
It's just in slow mo the entire time.
Ugh.
Oh,
Wait,
boy.
Directed
I'll-
by Zack Snyder.
Dude, all I'm saying, I'm just waiting for the friggin' Monarch protagonist to turn around slowly, and it's still just Norman Reedus.
I can't wait till you guys find out that the opening
is
movie for this
PT.
is it's being sung by Lin. Can't believe they got all the SMT1 classics. They got the original programmers, directors, writers, composers, and they got Lin.
That's so weird.
Is that true? Or you?
No,
Sounds-
but it would be funny.
Oh,
Like,
Oh, okay. I thought that was true.
I'm just waiting for the announcement, soundtrack and story by Lotus Juice.
Oh God,
well,
please
hey,
no.
he will do whatever, and not even in a bad way. If he's just he's busy. He's snapping. He's getting those fingers. He's getting the
Yeah,
clicks.
he's super busy. Yeah.
I want to see what a Lotus Juice story looks like. That
Oh boy.
You've seen the songs he writes, so like
that is true.
but they almost form their own narrative. When I'm hearing his remix of Backside of the TV, I am the backside of the TV.
What if it turns out what if it turns out, oh god, hold on, I'm trying to remember what the name is.
I just had an aneurysm live on
What?
camera.
What if it turns out that the people singing the opening song is actually Wink Wink?
Wink, wink.
Then I'm pretty sure, like, first time in like forever. I think like I think Dad might actually be happy about some video game news.
Yeah. It would also just bring up a million more questions as to who the fuck Wink Wink is. Where are they?
Wink is just my mom, so like, yeah, don't worry about it. They're doing good.
All right.
You know, actually, well, that is funny though. Now that I think about it, there is Soul Hackers ties to the composer, the composer of this thing. So that's not like 100% like the most like unbelievable thing.
It would be really funny. It would be really funny.
Adam, are you a bottom left or a top left kind of guy?
I need clarification on what you're referring to.
Interesting
Yeah,
question.
was-
What could be
confused,
sexual?
so was-
What could be sexual about being a bottom left?
You know what? I didn't imply sexual. I just want to know.
Are you
Granted.
a liquor or are you an eater of ice cream? This is what I want to know.
Dude, all I'm saying is anyone who says they're a liquor of ice cream is gaslighting you.
It's true.
Anyways, I'm more of a bottom left, if I had to say so myself.
I had a feeling.
I'm a sucker of ice cream.
Mac, you look like a top right guy to me. You
Dude.
look like you'd be a good top right logo on YouTube.
Spencer, you're the kind of person to friggin' stick a straw into your ice cream.
I'm gonna be perfectly
No,
honest. I have no fucking
I'm
clue
the-
what you're talking about.
I'm the kind of white guy who would unironically, and even after watching Kids Next Door, call Sprinkles Jimmy's.
Oh,
You know what? I actually just in the last week finished rewatching Kids Next Door, the entirety
how
of
was
it.
that?
You say that as if that's a normal thing to do.
Well, I say that as like, wow, that's a coincidence that you bring
Like,
up Kids Next Door.
I love, like, you mention it like it's Friends, like how, like, or The Office, like it's just that show
I
that all
finished
white
watching
people have to
Friends
watch.
again.
Dude, I just got caught up to Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Oh
Oh,
man,
do you guys know
I-
the Kanker sisters are in this? This shit's wild.
dude. Honestly, the Kids Next Door, great, still holds up.
Yeah, I
It was
adore that
that was a
show.
show.
Oh, are we
that was
getting a
show
full
that
review
just
right
got-
now?
That
We're
was
getting a
just
full review?
yeah. Why not? Why not? That was a show that I feel like just got better with each season. Though I feel like it plateaued with season 5 and 6. I felt like we're just as good as each other.
Have you seen the stuff with like Galactic's, what was it, Galactic Kids Next Door that got, like, they were
Yes,
making
and
the pilot for it.
it hurt
It's
me when
happening.
it wasn't.
It's gonna happen. It's got to happen. Don't give up faith.
So
It's happening.
back in 2014 when it wasn't picked up, I was really like, oh, that sucks, because I was
Yeah.
like really hoping that would that seemed really cool. And then I just kind of like got over it. But then this is actually what prompted me to rewatch the series. Back in February, Mr. Warburton actually re-uploaded the trailer for some reason,
did
and
he?
not only did he re-upload that pilot thing, but he also went to the Rainbow Monkeys website and changed it to that new version of the
Oh.
trailer. So it's like, what's the point of that?
Oh.
And it's very minor. It could literally be nothing, but it's just enough that was like, oh god, maybe in the age of like HBO Max and stuff, maybe.
That's the thing. Like, if he's going out of his way to do that, that does feel like an HBO Max revival type. It's just been. It's not like reboots weren't plentiful before, but I feel like we are in an era right now where reboots are like really, really swinging into like full gear, for better
yeah,
and worse.
It's kind of.
Can we reboot Infinity
For the
Train
worst
instead
of
of
the
getting
worst.
a 4th season? I mean, a 5th season? Could we just get an Infinity Train
The
reboot?
Infinity
Would that
Train
work?
revival.
I'm really lost about all this conversation. You guys are like talking about like
I'm kind of
American
lost
cartoons,
too.
right?
Yeah.
We're like
So, like,
the
it's
American
so
cartoons. Yeah.
basically, so Kuro, Infinity Train is like, think if white people made the Brazilian dub of Beyblade. That's kind of what the show's like.
Interesting.
I'm a white
Well,
man.
you know
I
what?
am a white man, and I don't understand what that means.
I'll take whatever Spencer said at face value and
I'm
without
willing to
understanding
bet that
Oh.
I'm willing to bet that Ozzy and I are the only ones here
What is
on stream
this?
at least who have seen Infinity Train.
You know, Spencer, all I'm saying is what you just said feels like you're just the translator here.
I'm trying to listen. I'm making an OBS stream. I'm typing the description. I'm snorting coke. I'm very busy.
Hey,
The
question
emoji.
question for you boys. I can't answer it because just like Kuro, I'm lost. Speaking of Ed, and Eddie, who of the three would be Law, Chaos, Neutral? From New Hook, $5
crap.
super chat. Thank
Okay.
you, bro.
Oh, that's easy.
Double
That's
D is
easy peasy.
obviously law.
Double D is law. Yeah.
I don't know who those
Ed
characters
is
are.
D.
Ed is
Ed-
neutral. Ed is like
yeah,
he's
Ed's
like
single D.
inoffensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Ed
Eddie would
is-
definitely be chaos.
Yeah, definitely chaos. Yeah.
All right, we got our answer.
Also,
Thanks.
David, I have to say, David,
Where's Kevin?
that was possibly like the most Canadian way to say a title of a show you've clearly never seen
I
before.
never
I have a question about the Edward and Edward show.
Dude, I've never heard about this show before, so.
You know what? No, we can shift it. We can shift it. What are your opinions on 16?
Hold on. The irony of being like, that's the most Canadian thing, Ed, and Eddie saying it that way.
That's a Canadian
Ed and
show, I
Eddie
bet.
Ed, Edd n Eddy is a Canadian show. It is the
Thank you,
longest
Mac.
running.
here we go.
It is the
Thank you,
longest
Mac.
running Canadian cartoon.
I never heard
Not
of
true.
this.
Not true. That is not true, Mac. Longest running, still to this day, Canadian cartoon goes to Total Drama, and that is just the facts.
That's
Okay, are
split
you
up-
counting
that-
Total Drama Rama?
Well, I'm just counting the Total Drama brandom.
That's different, because that's multiple series, technically.
Same people though. Same people who
I
makes
get the
it. and
idea,
it's
I
like-
get the idea.
Still,
Again, I'm lost over here. I'm like, trying to
We're
looking
trying to
up.
do
Like,
it. We're
you
trying
guys
to do
mention
as
it. I'm like
much-
googling like what
more,
total drama.
The more
Dude.
we talk, about not Monarch, the faster the trailer gets revealed.
Teen Titans season 6. Anyone?
Oh, Teen Titans.
Oh,
Now
yeah, is that still happening?
that's scene. Yeah. Is it really?
I don't know. That's a question that I got. Super
They
chat
look
from
kind
Peter
of-
Did
Parker.
anyone here see? Did anyone here see the Teen Titans Go to the movies?
I actually
did,
really
I
like that
love that.
movie.
I love that.
I
movie.
I think I saw
Adam,
that,
I
actually.
knew there was a reason I love you. That's a
Is
great
it-
movie.
Is that like that cartoony, really cartoony Teen Titans
Yeah.
show they did?
It's
No,
like
I haven't.
that's the thing, because that show gets a lot of flack, and I think the show itself is very like extremely hit or miss.
Had-
That movie is surprisingly funny though.
Oh, that movie's great. It's just lampooning modern superhero movie culture
Mhm.
the whole time, and it's great. And not only that, but it has some moments that are just like Jesus Christ.
That also does have, I'd argue, the best Stan Lee cameo in any.
Oh, I-
my god!
I'll agree with that.
The best use of.
The best use of Stanley.
Let me be in your movie. I just need to be in more superhero movies. It doesn't matter. I don't care if I wasn't part
I
of it.
really want to rewatch that film now.
They really? That's so fucking hilarious.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, 'cause
10
that movie
minutes.
has one of my favorite montages ever of the Titans fixing
Time
every
traveling.
superhero backstory so that none of the superheroes exist, and then undoing it, which means killing every person they just saved. It's beautiful.
And then saving all the people they just killed.
Exactly.
Nothing is funnier, and this is not spoilers, but nothing is funnier than seeing someone's parents be pushed to death in a children's movie and laughing hysterically.
It is.
I don't know what they did to Aqua Baby was also pretty hilarious.
That's Jesus.
I'm trying to remember what happened
By the
with
way,
that
all-
one.
once again,
all
I'm
of that-
lost in the
all of-
conversation.
All of that happening
I'm with you,
while
dude.
Huey Lewis is just blaring in the background.
Anyway, we got 10 minits into this. You guys want to talk about some predictions?
I really love how the chat is talking about how P3 has mediocre pacing. It's completely unrelated.
Man, I've
Is-
never heard that
is-
one.
Well, we're talking over here about Corey in the house.
Yeah. I did watch that though, so I know what that is.
You know, I don't know what that is. I really don't. I've seen the memes, but I've never seen it. You guys, I grew up without cable
Mm.
in Mexico. So like I seen like anime, but like I grew up with anime, but like American TV shows, maybe like SpongeBob or like
You know,
SpongeBob was cool.
Spencer, when are you shifting the SMTN podcast to be solely focused on Naruto?
Oh, bring me to that whenever you're ready, Spence. I'll be there.
Yeah, Naruto's dope.
Mhm.
And that's coming from an uncultured anime fan, by the way. I don't watch much anime, so.
Well, you already said Naruto's dope.
Yeah,
We
Naruto's dope.
was-
I watched
was
that
uncultured opinion.
Death Note, Dragon Ball.
Death Note is sick.
Death Note's amazing, yeah.
Mm. Man.
Tonight we're talking with Spencer, SMT Network, Kuro, Midnight Channel, Oziak, Maka, for those asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm actually back and somehow actually ready. Just before we really get into this, who besides me and David is actually live streaming this? Garbo.
I am.
I'm recording, but I'm not streaming.
I appreciate your moxie. I'm too
I'm not
scared to ever
doing
record anything.
I'm not doing anything.
It's like I'm
You're
not
the eye
working
candy,
tonight.
Mac. You're the eye candy. You're here licking those cones and whatnot. But no, I was gonna say, did I miss too many of the predictions? Because I basically just went to go get a drink because I'm physically on the verge of dying.
I like how we were all having a conversation with Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer, I was
Spencer
thinking that
wasn't
you need to
even
shift the SMTN podcast to just be Naruto focused forever.
I could do that. I have a very large love and collection of Naruto things.
I
Yeah.
know
we're
a
saying-
bunch of Naruto crap.
Well, I need to invite you to my anime podcast then. We can talk about Naruto for 3 hours.
Okay,
4.
just curious. I'm assuming I'm the last one who has not actually gone live yet, though.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Anyone
Spirit.
watch Cowboy Bebop?
I see
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh, dude, that opening is so fucking good.
Hold on.
Yee.
We can't just start by talking about Cowboy Bebop. You have to have a clean open to a live stream. David was
7
me
minutes.
talking. David was me talking about Canadian cartoons. Kuro's is probably ice cream discussion. So we're gonna start my stream very clean. So everybody, just right next to the mic, and then we'll get. Hold on.
Let's start with the worst crap possible.
Oh, what do you mean? This is primo content.
And
Okay.
you play that new Minecraft update?
No, Minecraft guy. We have to do the very professional opening for the 5th time. Okay, so in unalphabetical order, I am here, your terrible guest host, Licky Licky Ice Cream Tensei Man, Spencer
Ooh.
Presley. Joining me is Mac off my Maca Big Mac Talk Whopper Boy, Ozzy. Ozzy, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing swell.
Also joining me is my Canadian poof cake, who sometimes talks about anime on the side. Maca, how's it going?
I'm Canadian.
You are now.
When he's not playing Yakuza and licking his American Best Buy Steelbook collection, Kuro, what are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm reading the chat how everybody's fighting about a video I did like 3 days ago. What is everybody
Fantastic.
fighting about
And
this?
his favorite North American Cartoon Network exclusive to Australia cartoon, Boku no Pico fan #1, David, how are you doing tonight?
I'm confused, dude.
Don't think about it.
Don't worry, the chat will know. First one to super chat Boku no Pico on anywhere just gets
Oh.
I don't know. You'll get like a manga from
Come on,
from
yo.
Mac
Super
Marcus.
chat.
Yes, sir.
So yes, we're
Where's that micro?
getting into the world's messiest reactions to a thing.
4
I'm gonna
minutes.
say this. I didn't say this beforehand.
4
We're
minutes.
Very close to the reveal of Monarch.
Yee.
Spoilers, everybody. We have a challenge tonight.
Oh.
The
Uh-huh.
first one, not the first one, but the. Let's see. Our challenge tonight. It's kind of like opposite of Pee Wee's Playhouse. No one is allowed to say the P word or the long S word.
Innocent
How long
sex.
can we make it in this live stream without saying the SMT word or the P word?
Okay, we can do that. We can do that.
So,
Am I allowed to say Sentinels?
yes, Sentinels are allowed. Sexual Sentinels, questionable. But no, how fast can we do predictions? Because I think if we line this up with 1 minute per prediction, we should be good.
P word with robots. That's what I'm going
No.
for.
No, not PP word robots. David, you're the one who's done this the longest, so you should get first dibs. David, what is your prediction for what we're about to see, or the Monarch that is about to bestow upon you?
4 minutes trailer. We'll see characters, hear music, and possibly combat gameplay. New school setting. I want to know what that is too. Probably a P word
David.
reference.
Oh no! Did anyone get a Boku no Pico super chat, by the way?
Oh.
I just got it. Just got it. Just got it.
Oh, there it is.
I have it.
David.
Fergie
raised
Alice.
the bar. X8 raised the price though. The Boku no Pico tipping jar is at a maximum. We're at $5 by X8, who just says Boku no Pico. So we have a current winner.
Oh.
I don't know who wants to donate the most to be the Boku no Pico.
I have
champion,
a-
but that is a title.
$2. We love Buko no Pico super chat. Fergie Alice. Thank you.
No, I think actually, David, they donated that for you to say I love blank blank blank. So could you say that with clean audio, please, for them?
I love Buko no Pico.
I also. Who does the I buko, you buko, we all Mako, when you're not bukoing on my ice cream cone in the back of my uncle's car, or whatever the story of that manga was, what's your prediction for this we're about to see?
I think it doesn't matter what prediction I make because it's already very.
So
it's
this
all-
is actually continuing. We're at $9.99 super
It-
chat by Ty.
Oh boy.
It's very obvious that we already know what the game is. It's just P word 5, but worse with bad combat. We already know all of this. We could tell all of it already.
I kind of hate I thought you were actually gonna make a good point because the thing about it that's really interesting is I am so sold on this game more than both. But the funniest part is I keep getting sold, and I legitimately have no idea how this game looks like in action. Like, this game is like reverse SMT 5 for me, in the sense of like, oh my gosh, it's this game I've waited for so long. I've like, in a week, I've gone from what's this game to like, oh my god, I can't wait for this game.
Demicro, $5.01 super chat. I love Buko no Pico, but you're late, dude. You're too late.
Sorry, the Buko no Bopo part is $9.99. You gotta get into the double digits.
That was a nice try though, but he. Hey,
Kuro,
60 seconds.
Last minute predictions.
60
We're so
We got
close.
60
seconds. Let's go.
It's gonna be really late for us to get that in the West. That's my prediction.
No way. I'm calling it right now. My prediction.
I say it's a year.
I will interrupt Adam all night. My prediction is this releases before 2022.
Oh, I know. I think that's summer 2022.
Yeah. Well,
Summer.
it releases this year, doesn't it?
In Japan.
October.
In Japan,
Yeah.
that's true. But we
Yeah,
have
that's
no
what
idea.
I
I'm
said.
just being very. I'm just being very optimistic. Optimistic as Ozzy. Ozzy mystic. Ozzy, mist on me with your predictions, please.
I'm expecting the wonderful sequel to Tokyo Mirage Sessions we were all promised. And here we go.
Ooh, that was the
Oh,
reverse
shit.
SMT word I told you not to say. That means you get bonus points. Those are
Let's
Pico points.
go. It's starting.
Go points,
What can we
please.
spend those? What can
Is
we
your-
spend
is your-
those Pico points on?
On my Boku. So are you guys? Is yours actually going? Because mine is just saying beginning shortly.
Yeah,
You might
mine
have to
is-
refresh.
I'm
Oh,
refreshing
no.
right now. It's still saying begin.
It'll take a sec.
Thankfully,
I'm
actually,
opening again shortly.
at the very least, thankfully,
Let me refresh that.
YouTube Premiere does thankfully even for everybody.
Yeah, we're supposed to see that sexy intro from YouTube in a couple of seconds.
I'm still refreshing. Like, is it supposed to be working?
Yeah, it still
And
just says Premiere will begin shortly on my end.
Yeah, me
Hey,
too.
hey, can I just say one thing about the YouTube Premiere feature? I really wish there.
Oh, here we go.
I really wish they would like let us customize the
I-
countdown.
Dude,
Yeah.
hey,
As long as it's
I got that $15 super chat. We have a winner, Alex Sullivan, Buko no Pico. Let's go.
Okay,
as
my
long
We have a
as
winner.
long
my
as the
audio is
countdown's-
going horrendously loud. So chat, I'm very sorry you all had to hear that. Let me see if I could bring this
I can
down.
hear it.
because-
I can
oh
hear it
my
all the way
God,
over
that was
here.
So loud. Everybody
Hey,
in
everybody
chat,
on my
please don't
chat.
die. There we go.
Let me hit
Like,
record real quick.
All right.
All right, we're live reacting to the Monarch
Wow,
reveal.
this is so
Let's go.
loud, YouTube.
Let's fucking go.
There
I'm
we
still
go.
muting.
Wow,
I
that
haven't
was loud.
muted.
Hey,
I don't
y'all,
care.
can you say
It's me.
hello to
I
my...
legit probably just like blowed out at all my Boku no Pico listeners like things. So I'm at 116. What are you guys at?
Is it
187.
1, 2,
2,
1, 1,
5.
1,
Four.
59?
59, 58.
It's
Yeah,
at
me too.
58.
God,
I'm with
love,
Adam.
I love how YouTube Premiere is so clean. Thank
Yeah.
you, YouTube Premiere.
I
Works
I
every
will
time.
say, Mac, for you saying that you wish they had like custom kind of like countdowns. Technically, I had one for a bit because for some reason I've never seen this before. In like
Really?
3 premieres I had in a row,
That's
my
funny.
premiere was completely glitched out, where it was like completely.
Like
I don't even know how to
I
describe it.
feel
It's just like
I
static
feel bad
nonsense.
about like loud Premiere, but also at the same time, like, isn't that kind of like the universal complaint though? Like, isn't literally every YouTube Premiere just like horrendously loud compared to the actual video volume?
Yes.
Like, seriously, what I had 2 playing simultaneously. I forgot I had one in the background, and it sounded like I had like put on like almost like a YouTube
Alright,
loop YouTube Premiere.
9.
Let's go, let's go.
Okay, no, can't do the countdown when I'm at 14. It's a little mean
1,
to me.
let's go. It starts. It starts. It starts.
Yeah.
Don't be all like, oh, whatever, because we're all out of sync.
That's true.
Oh man, this 3D is not good looking.
Yo, is that Mario?
Oh, I
Okay.
don't like the 3D.
No, that looks good. That looks good.
I love you all are commenting on the pre-rendered as if like it's like, oh yeah, this is the in-game. This is the
No,
in-game.
no. It just looks good. The art style's cool.
Bro, this looks sick.
This is
Oh
very
shit!
this is very weirdly like stylized, like way more than I thought it would.
I
I
like
like it though. I like
kind
it.
of it kind of reminds me of was it Scarlet?
Yeah,
Nexus?
Scarlet Nexus. Yeah,
Yes. I heard
that and
I heard
Code
that.
Vein too.
I'm almost getting like what's it called? It's Sakura Wars vibes a little bit.
Oh.
weirdly
No,
enough.
this will actually sell.
No,
copies.
that's different.
Yeah.
Oh.
That looks way better than Caligula, though.
Mm-hmm. I like our anime friends here.
You guys can hear it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised we're going with such a poppy song. Like, not in a bad way. It weirdly fits. Actually, I was thinking the art style wouldn't have lent it to that.
I would
Sir,
have
what did I
assumed
tell you about TMS?
I would have assumed it would go with like kind of more of a metal song or rock, hard
Also,
rock.
can I just say, I know we were a little worried about the fact that this is like a school RPG. I love how all of their outfits do not look like generic anime school RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That looks, yeah, that looks really good. That doesn't look as generic as Caligula. I like what I'm seeing.
Well, it looks more alive, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't wait until we see all these articles talking about the new P word like.
I'll say that.
Oh, look at
right now.
those
I wanna finish this
uniforms
later.
though.
I don't know if you guys feel this, and I know like we're kind of more limited. I swear to God, this looks like it's
uniforms.
this looks like it's made in Unreal 4, like Caligula. Because this almost
does,
looks like the
yeah.
Caligula engine.
Yeah, kinda.
One thing I will say I really like. One thing I really like about this is.
Oh my God, there's some mascot.
Yeah, the music sounds weird though.
It's a bunny mascot.
Well, I kind of like. I like how the cutscenes actually look like they put effort into them and didn't just. Go
Okay,
with,
combat.
Like, model standing there.
That's the combat.
What is this?
That's
This is a
that's
great
strategy.
review trailer.
What the heck is this? Yeah, that's a.
That's like
Huh.
We go back to that again. I want to see that again.
We will be looping and discussing, I'm sure, for at least
I
9
guess
hours.
this is a strategy RPG.
I'm so
No,
I'm
it's
so glad
turn-based.
this is not just like a normal.
They said
Like,
it's turn-based.
well, either way, like I'm glad it's at least using an interesting like mix and is not just your normal 3v enemies. Also, damn, these animations
Wow.
are nice for the battle attacks.
yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Those animations too, dude. That looks really cool.
That 2D
Oh,
animation
that
is
looks
awesome.
pretty cool. I just don't.
Oh yeah,
By
there's
the way,
potential.
In case you guys are curious, that fog
I'm
when you're
sure one, yeah.
exploring, that's just the Switch version. That's the draw distance on that Switch version, guys.
Wow, that's in 4 months.
What an insane
That looks
like,
promising.
announcement to
This
reveal
looks
for this.
good. Yeah, no, this looks good. This looks interesting.
Yeah.
Can I actually put this out right now? I don't know what this actually says because we're in such a weird year right now. This to me, I could see being like
Okay, that's it.
JRPG of PS5 contender. Like, sorry, JRPG on PS5 of the year contender. And I know that's like very specific, but like we were talking about earlier, there's just not a lot of like competition in that sense. Hold on, let me put this on loop because I always fucking forget how.
Yeah, that's what I'm
On
really
browsers
what I'm
work.
doing right now.
No,
Oh,
that
actually, I
has
forgot, you
potential.
can't loop it until you get away from the premiere. It won't let you loop the premiere. Thank you, YouTube. But yeah, hold on. So weren't there 2 other trailers that should have gone live like at the same time?
That was like the BGM thing. I'm not sure about what we heard though. The music sounds weird. The music sounds kind of weird though.
I know this
intro-
might surprise some people. I
Yeah.
think this was a better reveal today than Battlefield 2042. At least this as a
That-
campaign. At least this as a campaign.
I think you might have a point there.
It's like full metal soundtrack, but everything going on screen is like really calm and all.
Yeah, there's some.
The
Not
intro
sure.
song will just show you
Music here.
Meguro.
Yeah, music choices. It
need
might just be
a-
the trailer though. I don't know.
We
Well, no,
need a
it's like a
word
soundtrack
for
extension.
like this art style. We need like a word for like. It's really dark in terms of like how it looks like with like the aesthetics and stuff, but at the same time it's also like very clean. Like it's not
Yeah.
minimal,
Yeah.
but like the use of blacks and whites are very contrast, especially
Mhm.
if you look at the
Oh.
box for the collector's edition and like the cover image on the Twitter account. Now that it's like revealed, it's like with everyone kind of having armor and like the glistening of the effect, like the crown on the middle of the characters, like it's really interesting.
It uses lighting. really
The
well.
the portrait of the characters, the way that they're drawn, kind of reminds me of like Octopath Traveler, in a way. Not in game, but the way that the portrait are drawn.
I get what you mean.
They
yeah.
look great. They look great.
And I adore Octopath, so I'm completely fine with that.
So I know we're all gonna like jump over each other. So I thought like we should like actually just do a like 1-by-1 quick trailer grade. So not like,
Yeah, we
oh,
can
here's
do
everything
that.
I thought about it, but like we're being very like, we're on America Weeb's Got Talent, and this was the trailer audition to us. So like, what would our little judges quit be? So who wants to go first for that?
Why don't you go first, man?
Me? Okay. In the scale of weaviness from weave to really, really weave, this is definitely super weave, like a 10 out of 10 weaveness here. It's a good trailer, but like, I don't know, this is anything barely comprehensible. Like, gameplays, like, I saw it, but I was like, it's very incomprehensible when it comes to the gameplay. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm still like, I was like, no
I'm
idea what the
shocked
gameplay
you
is.
say that, just because like it felt like such a good trailer of like, here's your story, here's your gameplay, here's your battles, here's your systems, here's a little bit of a tease for the future. There you go.
Here's what I'll
The game.
here I'll just go real quick. Here's what I'll say to that. I kind of agree with Kuro. I still don't know if this is gonna be like that look. Like, I understand it's gonna be a turn-based thing, but it still looked very strategy. It
Yeah.
looked like a strategy RPG, which none of that was mentioned in any of like the Famitsu stuff. So I am still confused as to how the gameplay is gonna be.
That's my exact thought, because like I see the gameplay. I'm like, oh, that looks neat, but like I still don't get how it's going to actually function, regardless of what we've seen. Which maybe I'd have to go over the trailer like 50 more times to kind of get it.
Well, looking at it, it's like
that gameplay part. I'm like, I just want to know what the fuck is going on.
it looks like a mix of like Valkyria Chronicles and Caligula for the combat.
Oh man,
I think you're looking a little too deep into like the actual movement of like, I think this is still turn-based, but like I don't think the grid is as large and intimidating as you guys are thinking.
I don't think it's intimidating. I just think it's not explained.
Yeah.
We're also a 3-minute and 40-second long preview where like we have 4 months for this game to kind of like, and no.
You're like, nah, I got this.
No, looking at it right now, it's like, I don't know. I like the character designs. The character design are great. They look all original and different from one to another, which once again is something that, just looking at it like this, it seems better than Caligula in that regards.
I think artistically, I really love how this looks.
Yeah,
For real.
I agree with that. The dude that makes the art does really good art. He illustrated
So been really good stuff.
He illustrated Overlord the novels, which I read.
Ooh.
So it's really, really good fucking art. So from that perspective, his style is so suited for this. It looks like, to me, it looks like Danganronpa, Persona, and like Fire Emblem in a blender.
Say that word.
You said the P word.
Bad.
You said the
Hey.
banned word Danganronpa.
No. I earlier I asked you. You said the P and the S, and I asked you penis and sex, and you were yes, and I was like, okay.
Listen, I'm a man.
It's
I hear
synonymous.
PC, I hear S word. I say yes.
Anyway, yeah, they just put up everything in a blender. Oh, and what is that? Neo Tokyo. What is that?
Neo, the world's end with you.
Yeah, the world's with you. Yeah, that's all of these.
Here's a hot take. This game looks way better than this game looks like it has more production value than the new fucking World Ends With You, which is hilarious to me.
I agree.
Okay, that's the thing. Like,
Um,
not really to pivot to that. I was being gaslit by the universe into thinking I was the only person who thought this looks low production in terms of Neo.
Oh, no, not at all. I thought when it got revealed, we were talking about, like, I mean, I know I also kind of felt like the minority, but, like, I think unless you're a World Ends With You fan, like, Neo World Ends With You is out literally next month, and no one besides fans cares because it looks super budget. Like, and not even in a bad way, it just looks budget.
That's the thing, and I don't mind it, because, like, I think World Ends With You is awesome. I want to get into those games. I'm excited. I just, like, it looks relatively cheap. And everyone around me is like, nope, you're dumb. I'm like, okay.
You're like too close to the sun in that point. But like, okay, so like, I know we kind of like gave like really quick text menu, but like, I did kind of want to like give like a grade each of us. So like Kuro, you kind of seem like you're more on the lower end. Like if you had to give it from F to A, where are you at?
I give the I had to grade like different things. The whole
We're being
thing.
a whole average, and this is not of your hype for the game. This is just I'm grading the trailer. Like, how do you grade the trailer in terms of a reveal?
As a reveal, I think it's an A. Like it's like you said, like it does character reveal, it does story reveal, it does gameplay reveal. I mean, it did pretty much a good job of kind of like showing the different facets of the game. I just feel like because they did this, they didn't take enough time to show like the facets of the game. You know, it's obviously the first trailer, so. But yeah, I'll give it an A. It's a good trailer.
I'll say it might not help that this is in Japanese, so
Yeah,
it'd be harder for us to understand.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Well, spoilers. Like the little bit I do know about like the Western plane for this will also not have an English dub. So just go into.
All right, that's not surprising.
Which honestly, like,
surprised at
I'm
all.
fine with. Like, not all games need an English dub, and the best part about that is not having an English dub means that we hypothetically will get this a lot faster. So, like, right now, Caligula 2 is going to be out in, like, a little under 2 months, and I think the aim for right now is September in the West. So I think it's really, really possible that, like, if this year kind of stays as slow as it is, and we'll find out after, like, next week with E3, if this week kind of stays the way it is, I think this would be a great post-Black Friday, early December RPG. Like, right in that, Mac, you'll appreciate this, that like, Xenoblade 2 slot. If you've got your pre-Christmas money and you just want to sink your teeth into a long RPG.
I can't get excited for Caligula 2.
Well, no. I'm not talking about Caligula 2. I'm thinking, like, Monarch December this
Wow,
year, I think, would be
I think
perfect.
that's
Because
way
think
too
about it.
soon. And that's coming out in October in
but, like,
Japan,
what-
dude.
Yeah, but I think Caligula 2 months after is coming out in the West, so why would Monarch 2 months after not come out in the West?
Depends on who publishes it.
It's NIS.
I think it's NIS too, but we'll see.
It just
Also,
depends on how long it takes for us to get this game.
Well, also, one of the things we got to talk about, again, like, we literally just found out about this game, like, a little over a week ago. I'm amazed how far this looks for how good it is. Like, if this was a low-budget, like, rushed, we're doing this in a year game, I do not think it would look as polished as this is. Like, at this point, this game's basically done. They're just waiting a couple of months to actually sell it. Like, this looks like it's... Like, you could tell me this is a final trailer, and I would believe you.
It did a good job to like summarize every little aspect of the game, like just like what I predicted before. They showed the characters, they let us hear some of the music, they showed the combat. I assume they showed some of the story, but we can't read what was said, so I don't really know. Good trailer overall.
Sir, half of that trailer was story. What do you mean assume? These are...
No, well, I mean, I can't read what was on screen. That's what I mean by that. I don't understand anything about the story, but they showed the story. Like,
plot. We just saw a bunch of characters.
yeah, exactly, because we can't understand what's
Speaking
written on there.
of
So
plot, we have a very special comment by King Narukami himself.
Ooh.
Speaking of plot, he said, "I'm just here for the MILF teacher,"
There
which
was
we
a
can all
MILF
get behind. There was a DILF teacher and a G-DILF. That's the triple threat: MILF, DILF, G-DILF. This game's got it all going for it.
oh, Tokyo Ghoul Fire Emblem's a good comparison.
I don't see. I'll say I don't see P word having any gilfs.
G-DILFs. G-DILFs.
I don't know. I don't know. Friggin' Yoshida's kind of.
David, really quick before we get the other two, what would your letter grade be for the reveal?
Probably B.
Okay, Mac, what about you?
B plus.
B plus. Yeah.
And Ozzy, what about you?
I don't speak Japanese, but it looks very pretty. I'll give it a B plus or a B.
Okay.
I don't know.
And I literally don't mean to be hyperbolic, but like I know I've just been talking about this game a whole bunch over the last week for it. This, like, I had my bar of what I wanted to see in terms of this game, and I wasn't sure of what to see. Because honestly, I was kind of worried we would just get maybe the opening movie and like a snippet of gameplay. Just because a lot of opening teaser reveals are pretty meh. But I'm gonna give this the I'm sure I won't regret this when it comes out soon. an S tier. I'm gonna give this an S tier trailer of like, this is everything I wanted. I saw the whole cast. I got to hear a good diversity of all the people. I saw the battle system. They showed us the fucking menus. You don't show menus unless that game's done, because if you're in game development, you know that shit changes 900 times in the world for it. But like, it's one of those things, like, literally, and Kingdom Arakabe also points this out, the only complaint I have going away from this whole reveal is, great, when's the official Western announcement? Because I would not be surprised if we all wake up tomorrow or Friday and NIS is just like,
oh
okay,
yeah,
guys, we're bringing this out. Because remember how quickly they were for Caligula 2.
You think it's gonna be that soon? Caligula 2 was really quick, but it wasn't like 2 or 3 days. Wasn't it like 2 weeks or something?
I think it was a while, but you also got to think what else is NIS got to really show, and like, not saying that like Atlus and NIS or even companies like of their size need to bring a lot, but I think having like one big announcement or one big like Western thing, because a lot of these companies at E3, they normally don't get a lot of attention, but from fans, they'll make like a couple of small localization announcements. And this would be like a good one of like, hey, this is coming out. This is our big fall game. Because think about it, NIS doesn't really have a lot, and this also kind of ticks the box Caligula doesn't, of this is also going to be a next-gen RPG. Of like, this is going to be coming out on PS5 on top of like PS4 and Switch, which not a lot of games are kind of doing that. Of like, you're seeing a lot of games that are, oh, we're on PS4, which you can play on PS5, but you're not seeing a lot of companies actually commit to it like that.
It's probably going to be the same game though, but with no loading times. PS5.
So,
I want the haptic feedbacks of when I'm just
that's
Spencer,
not going to be in there.
something.
Yeah,
What are you smoking, Spencer?
that's not going to
Seriously.
be in this game.
It was like, dude.
I want the base of every track to be reflecting in the controller. That's where I want the haptic feedbacks to be. Actually, this would be a good question for all of you, because I'm not sure if we're kind of split up. I don't have this confirmed, but I have been talking to people about it. There are people who are worried, oh, is this not coming to PC? Don't look at the Japanese announcement as, oh, there's no PC version. A lot of the times the PC version just gets held because it's so kind of weird to make and develop and usually gets ported out, that the Western version will always kind of be the PC reveal one. So assuming PC is just a thing, out of PC, PS4, PS5, and Switch, where are we thinking we would play this, assuming we played this day one?
On Switch.
PS5.
Xbox.
Dude, are you for real? You going Switch?
Yeah.
He always.
need you-
Especially this type of game. Like, it's not a demanding game. It's going to run perfectly fine on Switch, and I want to play my games portably.
This
It looks like
sounds
crap.
like something. This sounds like something Kuro might be able to help me with. Kuro, you actually played Caligula on Switch, right?
Yeah, that's a bad
Yeah.
port, though.
That's a bad port. That's not
No,
fair.
no.
The game
No,
already
it is
ran
not.
like crap from the beginning, so you can't blame that on the
It's a
Switch.
Unreal Engine 4 game. Yeah, that is not a Switch problem. No. Sorry, here. I think you guys are kind of like saying that it cut out a little bit on my end. This is not a, oh, it's the devs were lazy thing. Unreal Engine. I don't know why I have to keep telling people
Dude,
this. Like, this is a weird
Octopath
thing.
Traveler and
Unreal-
Dragon Quest XI are running on Unreal Engine 4, and they're running
Yes,
perfectly fine on Switch.
Octopath Traveler literally had to be fucking backported for 2 years because Dragon Quest is insane and has the budget for that. Octopath should not even be in this comparison because it is an HD game on 2D. This is a thing of like.
What do you mean? What do you mean it shouldn't be in there? You're talking about Unreal Engine 4. Since this game is Unreal Engine 4, it won't run on Switch.
Very little 3D assets, whereas something like this, if you look at most Unreal Engine 4 games on Switch, which most people don't actually play outside of like the Square Enix ones, most Unreal Engine 4 games have an extremely hard time being even remotely comparative to it because of all the compromises they have to make. Because no one's using Switch as the even least common denominator platform. They are developing it PS4 for base, bringing it up for PC and PS5 when they can, and then cranking everything down into potato mode to get it to run on Switch. Even like for Caligula Effect, it's like it's not unplayable. It's not like it is an insanely like you don't see like, oh, you're not playing it and be like, oh, this is lazy. It's like, okay, the draw distance is extremely sucked in. The resolution makes Xenoblade Chronicle 2 look like it's in 4K, and everything has a smear of molasses and it can't even hold a stable 30. When it's like, it's cool that it's on there, and if you go in knowing that, great, but like I just can't stand for a thing of like people being like, oh, well, the devs were lazy, that's why the port's not good. Like, no, it's like realistically, unless you're someone like a Square Enix who can crank Dragon Quest XI money into something, like most companies just have a hard time getting Unreal to work, not because it's a bad engine, not because the Switch is bad. It's literally just a thing of like that engine was not made for systems like the Switch. The fact that it runs literally only exists because things like Epic wanted Fortnite to be on everything. Like, Unreal Engine never was intended to be running on that Tegra chip in the year 2021, when it was old by 2017 standards.
I have no reasons to believe this game's not gonna run
Also-
properly on Switch.
Also, Caligula FX already ran like crap from the beginning.
Now, to be
Yeah.
fair, the Vita version is
He's
not.
about
Is
to
not
defend.
God.
the Vita version is not running in Unreal, which would be funny if it was. The Vita version was a very demanding Unity game, and as someone who's played a lot of really bad Unity ports, it's far from the worst. There are RPGs that have way worse stuff for it. And Caligula actually has a lot of like stuff going on in terms of has a lot of unique 3D models. It has a lot of voice acting. Has a lot of like it has a not load like there's no loading when you're going from like battles to like stuff. It's a for the Vita, it was a very technologically impressive RPG that like obviously was pushing it to its limits. But yeah, either way, the whole thing for it, it's the thing of the devs aren't lazy. It's definitely going to be a hard thing. I don't think it's going to be trash. People are obviously going to be playing Monarch on the Switch and enjoying it. I'm just so surprised that, like, David, you have these $500 machines in your house. You're like, no, my $200 tablet. That's
Yeah,
what
I
like.
can't take my PS5 on the go, dude. That's the only
Yeah,
thing.
like, yeah,
With the
like,
power of
like,
remote play, any game is portable.
I mean, I don't need a PS5 to run this game, man. That looks like a PS3 game.
yeah.
You think Monarch looks like a PS3 game?
Yeah.
I will fly
It
to
does.
Canada and show you
100%.
PS3 games.
show me Last of Us. Show me, yeah, dude. GTA 5. There's a ton
agree.
of games that
Oh
are
my
looking
God, yes.
10 times better than
Please
this.
Please
agree with
compare
David.
these games with $100+ million budgets to these games from developers who've never had a $10
agree with
million
David.
budget.
I agree with David. This does look like a PlayStation 3 game.
No, that doesn't look bad, but you can't say that this is a next-gen game, dude.
Please
No,
let me
Spencer,
please let me know if I'm right or wrong.
You're tripping, dude.
This looks like a PS3.
P5
This looks
is
like a
PS3 game.
P5 is a PS3 game, yes, but specifically
Another good
so-
example.
Oh my god.
P5 looks better than this.
Like a lot better.
That is not fair. P5 has a lot of like low res ass textures and stuff to it.
So what? It still looks better.
That doesn't change the point.
10 times better.
And also, to not compare it to the keyword,
Okay,
my
okay.
thing I want to say, I don't want to compare it to other games. I literally just want us to ask all of our chats, or just in general, feel free to tweet or pop in the chat, because I have all three of our chats open. Everyone in chat, just say right now, does Monarch look like a PS3 game? Don't say if it looks good. Don't say if it looks
First
bad, just
comment that I
think it
received.
looks like a
Some
PS3
people-
game.
First message is PS3 game pretty on mark. First message that I'm getting.
It does look like PS3.
Midlife PS4 game.
Next time you will actually
Yes.
hook up a PS3.
I can't
I will
even
put my
say
fucking
anything.
microphone and turn on a PS3 right next to me.
My
Like,
PS3 is.
you all have not
Here's the
touched a
thing.
PS3 in 5 years.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's
What?
The thing. Okay,
Hey,
let's
dude, I beat Dead Souls last month. You.
David, I'm sorry. Let me speak because I've been trying to
Yeah,
say this,
yeah,
and
please
all
do.
of you keep talking.
All good. Please go.
Yes, this looks like a PS3 game, and yes, it's
Thank
not
you.
fair to compare this game to Last of Us, which had like an amazing budget, but that was also 7 years ago. Like, this looks like a like yes, this is definitely not gonna have Last of Us money, but this looks like a high-end PS3 game, but it's years later.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what? That looks just like Lost
I
Dimension,
agree.
which is another JRPG with a low budget. That looks just like it.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of?
I love Lost Dimensions. Lost Dimensions looks infinitely not like okay. I'll compromise with this because Killamo says a great thing that I think is a good compromise and will get us to shut up and talk about something else. I think that Monarch looks like a great low budget PS4 game. Can we compromise on that?
Yeah, that works.
Sure.
Ariel in my chat says late PS2 game. Yeah.
My God! Anyone who calls this a PS2 game, I'm gonna buy a copy of fucking Beautiful Joe and shove it in your face.
Yeah, well, that's
looks
beautiful,
like-
Joe.
All I'm
To
saying
me,
is
it
you
kind
have
of
to
looks like an
hold it.
SNES game.
Yeah,
Kinda
you know,
kinda reminds me of
I'm getting Ouya vibes. You guys getting Ouya vibes from Monarch?
Yeah.
All I'm saying, you hold
100%.
this next to DDS, which is standing above. It's pretty easy.
pretty obvious which of the 2DS looks better.
I'll say this: if for everything this game has going against, because a big thing with it, when people saw that it was free, it was like, oh god, it's gonna be low budget. It's gonna be low budget. Not talking about comparisons of systems. Not gonna be talking about this. Not even trying to really talk about budget. This does not look like a game that I'm like, oh man, it probably the only thing at this point where the game would be like, oh, it probably could need more money, is if like it's maybe like sub 20 hours.
You definitely could need more money. I can already tell you that.
What about it? Are you looking at it like, yeah, this thing needs more time in the oven? Like this thing
No.
looks done. This
That-
puppy looks ready to eat.
No, that looks
More
perfectly
money doesn't mean
fine.
more time. More money doesn't mean more time. I'm saying like, if the initial concept of the game, and this is my issue with a lot of JRPGs, particularly Caligula Effect, and that's my worry about Caligula Effect too. These games are insanely like well thought out. Somebody really had a good idea for this game, and they wrote it out and say, "Hey, this is some of my ideas. Cool. This is our budget. Like, you definitely cannot make that game. But you're gonna try to make it anyway."
You're
We have
saying
the
that, but
answer.
You haven't said a negative though. What's the part where you're looking at this like, we got to give it some more money?
This looks like a Wii U game. That's what it looks like.
No.
Yes,
Listen,
a Wii U game.
No, David, listen. You're really telling me that this doesn't look like it comes from the same system as Super Mario Sunshine?
Yeah.
I mean,
That is
yeah.
a pretty powerful system. That's a good one to say there.
The GameCube's actually really good.
It is.
Andrew Ratliff just said Spencer confirmed English release date with a dub. If someone confirmed this at 10 o'clock at night, I would be very surprised. But
Forget about
Andrew
that.
Ratliff, if you can actually like send that my way through any means, please prove me wrong, because I would love for just someone to be said he got a press release at 10:30 in the
I
night.
really don't think it's happening, but it'd be
No,
amazing,
no.
yeah.
Don't expect that. Don't expect that to have a dub.
No,
Bigger
I.
games,
I'll say this, guys.
bigger JRPGs have not had a dub.
We need to talk about this.
Mhm.
Will this game get a steelbook though? Because this art just screams, I need it on a shiny ass fucking steelbook.
No.
In
Freaking
Japan, maybe.
USA exclusive.
Nuh-uh.
Nah, in Japan. No.
Come on, Best
No.
Buy, pull through.
Spencer, I love how you bullied me with my lack of Yakuza Best Buy Steelbook this week.
You need to be like knocked down a peg. You're getting a little too high and mighty. You're sitting over here telling people Dead Souls is a good game.
It is.
Dead Souls anniversary.
Dead Souls is a good
people are
game.
like, oh guys, let's remember Dead Souls was never. Let's go back to when that game released.
10
Dead
years.
Souls was when no one liked that game.
Nah, Dead Souls
I'm not
cool.
saying it's a
Some good
bad
stuff
game.
in it.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying people need to remember the narrative has kind of changed to that Yakuza can't do any wrong, which is definitely not true.
Here's the thing, because I haven't played Dead Souls, I don't have any strong opinions on it, but I kind of get what you're saying, Spencer, where like, I remember hearing that game being critically panned, and then one day, a couple months back, people were like, dude, Dead Souls was hype. I'm like, when did this happen?
Listen,
I think it's a meme.
this
It's
is
a
how you-
meme.
This is how you know. This is how you know if something is worth giving any attention to. It's got the Woz make a Dead Souls video. I arrest my case. Next topic.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. I'll give you that.
So I do have a question for everybody.
Mhm.
Do you guys have any concerns about this game?
I'm concerned that my Switch version's gonna have frame drops.
I feel like the only concern I really have is just in general performance, and that's just mainly because, Caligula, but that's also kind of unfair.
Yeah.
I'll say
Just
this,
in
guys.
general-
Caligula on a PS5. Great. That $500 machine running a $20 RPG. It's really kicking those bells and whistles. Let me tell you. It's like when you play It's like when you play Nocturne on like a $1,000 computer. Like, guys, achieved maximum HD with this game.
Let's go.
All I'm
Alright.
saying, Spencer, the fact that 13 Sentinels lagged on PS4 made me really question the hardware of any modern game console.
You know, Ozzy, you're right. 13 Sentinels is a PlayStation 1 remake of an NES game. That is a great point.
I agree. I like how it's a PS1 remake of an SNES game. The SNES 3DS game, an NES game.
If you guys ever want to know, like, why are the general preferred sex I'm into not interested in me, just know that we are gathered together here being mad at one another for saying a game looks like it's from a system it is not on. We'll just let that all sink in and just be happy about our Boku no Pico stream.
Listen, we're having a good old grand old time. even
I do-
Spencer's-
I do want to
actually,
voice.
The old time.
I do want
here's
to
a
voice
great
my
que-
concern on this game.
Go for the concern, because I do have a thought that I think is a question and would be a good concern, and it does involve money and not a way that'll upset me. But no, what's your big concern?
So, you play Caligula Effect, and you guys haven't, right? Have you guys seen gameplay of Caligula Effect?
Yeah.
Okay,
By the
so
way,
I haven't.
I think we have to like be specific though because it is so different. When you say Caligula Effect, I think Vita. When you say Overdose, you probably say the version
we're
most people
talking
think
about
of.
Overdose. We're talking
Okay.
about Overdose. All right. So the first level, the first like 6 to 8 hours of the game, happens in the school, which is basically what's going on here in the trailer, right? And it's really fucking empty and really monotonous, and the map is horrendous. So my concern is that because we're seeing so much stuff in the school, I don't want it to be empty. It does seem like you have a separate dungeon, but you're still spending time in the school. But we noticed that we haven't seen anything outside of the school. So my guess is like 1, there's no city to roam around or do anything around, or 2, there is a city that you unlock later on in Caligula.
That's a very fair concern that I think you'll at least know if it's kind of getting dissuaded. Like school, because it is a school-based RPG, like that's more of a fair thing for it. But I think also like it goes back to how much are you really going to fit into a like sub 4-minute trailer. But then that's all. Like I said, that's something I think you'll either know if it's something that like you'll be worried about, or like not by like with all Japanese marketing. If you've never followed any Japanese game, especially role-playing games, it has just got a hilarious amount of over marketing. Like it'll be like every week will be like a Monark teaser for the rest of it. By the way, my chat just keeps saying there's a dub. Will somebody just please send me a link or an article? Because everyone's
Where
like there's
is
a dub,
this?
there's
Yeah.
a dub, there's a dub.
What?
My
I want.
Who is this?
I want-
This
don't
nine?
believe
Who is
this.
Who is this
Yeah.
in the middle of the night JRPG news breaking website?
I want to bring up my concern
You
real
guys
quick.
tag us
Yeah, please,
on the
please,
Twitter.
go for it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, David.
I briefly mentioned it before. It might just be a trailer thing, but to me, it was the music. I think it sounds good, but it doesn't seem too fitting to me. What we see on screen.
I don't think that's fair. That's of like literally we got, and I mean I'm assuming you've not heard the 2 YouTube tracks. That are
Yeah, I did. They sound great, but
Really?
it does.
So-
They don't seem fitting with what I'm seeing. Or maybe
Well,
it's
I
just
guess
me.
so. Then what's kind of like what tone were you expecting at least so far? And also again, it's not fair to judge a game after like 3 soundtracks, but also we're here doing.
Oh no,
a
yeah,
fucking
I
live
agree.
stream.
I agree. It's a very minor concern of mine. A first thing that I noticed. It's just when I look at the characters and how bright everything looks at times, or too dark at other times, and I hear those tracks that are like, they just sound out of place to me. I don't know.
I agree with David. I did not like the music. I'm sorry.
It doesn't sound bad. I just don't think it fits what I'm seeing for now. But maybe
Yeah.
maybe the game will fix it. I don't know.
I guess, is it because like there is such heavy orchestra and then also J-pop that was shown that's like weird to you? Or like I guess like for me, I'm just like
It's the tone of what I'm
coming at
hearing
this.
versus what I'm
Okay.
seeing.
Yeah.
It just doesn't fit in my mind.
It doesn't
But
feel
again,
like it
I wanna-
matches what we
Yeah, exactly. Again, it might be different in game. But see, I'm looking at it right now. You see this girl crying, jumping into the arms of the dude, and it's like joyful anime girl singing. Like, I don't know.
Like I said, Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I called it.
Probably
Here we go.
just the trailer.
We have news. Thank you to the Discord and also Gamatsu. Wow. Okay. Lots of news. Okay, so I
lay
don't
it
know.
down for us. Come on,
I
come
don't
on, lay
know.
it
I
down.
don't know who leaked
What
this,
the-
but yeah, thank you.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Gamatsu. So yeah, check this out.
What's in the chat?
Here it is.
Yeah, well, if someone will pick it up for us. So yeah, here we go. The game is getting an English dub. It is coming via a patch later. So the
Okay.
game is coming out October 14th in Japan, and it has been confirmed that English voiceovers and English subtitles will be patched into the
Oh, wow.
Japanese game,
What?
suggesting it. So
Let's
we don't have an
go.
official publisher announcement yet, but like, guys, at this point, do you again see why I'm like, okay, guys,
That's awesome.
this could come out this year. The JP release is like, guys, English dub is coming.
I guess I'm
That's-
importing it then.
I'm just
just buy it in
shocked that-
Japan.
I mean, no.
Adding shit to Japan.
At this point,
Here's the thing, here's the
I
thing,
would
here's the
say,
thing.
at this point, you have to remember, when that English dub and English text update goes out, it will be day and date with the American
Well,
release.
that's
Like,
what,
it won't
that's
be
what I'm saying,
earlier.
Spencer. Like, them saying like, "Oh yeah, it'll be patched in later," feels like it coincides with your whole theory of like early December. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? Previously, I was thinking like, oh, I think this year might be a little too hopeful. But now knowing this,
Yeah.
I think you're actually. I think it's
Shout
totally
out by the
Our
way,
second
to Strange-
2021
to
win.
Strange
I'd
Depression
have to
Redux
agree with you, dude.
for,
Yeah.
So you
putting
think this
out there,
game?
yeah.
So you guys think this game is gonna come out this year?
I think so. I mean, with what we have right
It's totally
here.
possible.
Yeah.
Can we please not make a hashtag about this though? Can we just like have our opinions quietly?
Mhm.
I feel attacked.
I just realized the name of
Out
the
of
school
spite.
is Shin Mikado. They did that
Guys,
on purpose.
can we like talk about a weird hypothetical that I have to phrase around differently, but obviously everybody's gonna know. The reverse of Tokyo Mirage Sessions has a new upcoming title coming out, rumored to be October. No, sorry, not
November.
October, November. How funny! And I know everyone's gonna immediately just totally pish on me when I say this. What do you think would happen if this game by former Spin Manmami Babembe developers, this is better than the 5th entry in the
No.
upcoming Boku no Pico saga? I
That's-
know you're gonna say no, but what would happen if, like, by some miracle, this game ended up being more better received by just general video game consumers?
Well, because
And what?
the weird thing is, I wouldn't say that like expectations inherently like make or
They're
break
both
impression.
RPGs made in Unreal 4.
Well, that's the thing though. I feel like SMT5 has much higher expectations on it.
I
than
also for
something like
Steam.
Switch from a much smaller studio.
It's coming to
Well,
Steam.
that's why-
It's
that's
coming
why-
to Steam.
That's why I wanted to say. That's why I really wanted to say though, to the general populace, because obviously, like people like us who are in like the fandom of it, it's going to be very skewed. It's going to be hard to get people to say like one is better, even if it is more true or not. So like that's why I'm thinking like the general people. By the way, so is Steam official?
Yeah, it is. Let me send you the screenshot.
It's just a Steam taped on the logo. Steamy baby, what I say? Steam coming with the English release. What did I say?
Yes.
Look at that
Sir.
Steam
Wow.
releasing.
It's almost like
Spencer.
Spencer knew this was happening.
No, Spencer, you've had a spiritual link with this game ever since the announcement.
Hey, hey.
I was not
Actually,
joking when I said
you
I
know
am
what?
one day away from becoming just a Monarch
Spencer,
stand account.
Actually, I just regret my 2022 hashtag. Look at that. 2021 Valve Corporation. It's right there.
Steam, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 2021 release. I don't now regret my hashtag that I did as a joke.
I can't believe this.
You all thought I was smoking the hashish for my
I really thought you were smoking something.
December, Spencer, go back to NNA. We can't get RPGs. Guys, we live in the Atlus fantasy world. No, these PlayStation 2 games, they take 7 months to release in English. These are really hard to get out on time.
They totally are, though.
Now, like, that being said, what a absolute FU if that is so, like, true. Like, Caligula coming out fast is already like, okay, like, I get it, but that's like a sequel. There's a pipeline for this new RPG, similar devs, same lineage. Literally in interviews, they are calling out their past works with If. And so, like, if they can, like, kind of hit that whammy of, like, bam, 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 the game's out in 4 months, coming out in English in 6 months, basically it's just one big, like suck it to Atlus right now. And not even in, like, a FU kind of way, of just, like, hey, we've got this down without even having a worldwide brand like Atlus does.
I just find it really interesting, I guess, that they yeah, this is a brand new game, and it's just like it's all ready, like set up, like there's a pipeline and everything. It's like, geez.
Yeah, and they're pretty open about it from what I can tell.
Yeah.
which is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I wondered why.
Finally, something doesn't
A
leak.
breath of fresh Atlas.
Well, I think a large part of like the why behind it is like, think about it like this: what is the benefit to coming out saying, especially if they even had any like by the time when this started development, I bet it's safe to say that 5 was maybe announced by the time this entered development in 17. So like, because there's no way this has been in development for like longer than like 3 years. And the best part about it though is like, I bet in their head they were like, oh, 5 will be out way before this is done. And so now they're at this point though of like, okay, you kind of have to just announce this as late as possible, in the sense of like, if you don't like, because if they announced this like when they entered development, the first thing people would be saying online is clone, clone, you're just trying to be a clone, you're writing off of like 5 being on the Switch or whatever. And then with this, you kind of just have that thing of like, hey, our game's done. Because guess what, guys? The sad truth about this, through 1 week, Monarch has had more gameplay and more details and more information drop about it than SMT 5 has in 4 years?
Yep.
Yes.
Just being a hater.
I'm a hater. And I am going to play both, and I'm going to fucking love it. Either way, this will be a great year for JRPGs. This may be a bad year for AAA games, but JRPGs are eating good this year.
Yeah. I have a question for you, boys. Is this a day one game?
Say one more time.
Is it a day one buy?
Day one.
Like a day one
Probably,
purchase.
yeah.
Yep.
So
You
this
know
actually got into my concern. Adam, please go. I'm just interrupting everybody. What were you going to say?
No, all I'm saying is, unless there's like a steelbook attached, I'll make it a day 2 purchase just to spite all of you.
Ooh, I like that. That's a PS3 move. PS3 Adam would do that. So this goes in my concern that happened 9 years ago when we started the stream.
PS3
My
move for a
only
PS3 game.
concern- My only concern is actually more for you all. What is the MSRP you think this game sells for? Because Caligula Overdose, and I think even Caligula, is looking at MSRP of $49.99, which I think is good.
Yeah.
Of like, have it $10 under retail. Of like, okay, it's not a full retail, kind of implying that budget, while also not being like, hey, it's 30, but like, don't pick it up or whatever.
Yeah,
So
that's
like, do you guys think this goes full 60? Are we thinking 50 if we're optimistic, or like, what price are we?
50 makes
it's
sense.
Gonna be and want it to be.
50 makes sense.
I'm gonna
It
say
makes sense, yeah.
I'm gonna say 60. Just because like Caligula is doing the 50, but Caligula even still like just has like a bit more history. I feel like Caligula is just gonna have like, this looks like it has more reason for it to be 60 than Caligula, I guess is the way what I'm trying to say.
I want to
I
ask.
agree with you on that, especially just because, like you said, there's the history of Caligula, and on top of this, I think this being on a lot more platforms at once, and especially in an era where PS5 games for literally no reason can just be $10 more expensive, I think 60 is a really safe bet.
Hey Spencer. So between Caligula Effect and this, what are you more hyped for?
That's really tough. I'd say Monarch just because it's new, and I've also tried not to follow Caligula 2 too much. Like, I followed its announcement pretty well, but like Caligula 2 has been doing news and live streams, announcements, merch, like a ton, just because that game's really close to releasing in Japan. Like, once the Western press cycle starts grinding up, which it will, I think, July. Like, I literally just talked to NIS about getting started on their media press cycle for Caligula. And so like that's going to be winding up a lot more of like I'd rather cover the game at announcement with everyone worldwide, but like for the more minute details, like you're just going to get kind of burnt out on learning about a game that way. But Monarch, like if it was like I had both games in front of me, I'm going to go Monarch just because it has that new factor, and I think just the general aesthetics really are like my like kind of style.
By the way, talking about the pricing, whenever the first leak, it gave the Japanese pricing at $80 and digitally at $90.
Japan is insane. They'll charge $130 for Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. They have no standard on pricing.
So
Not only
I'm
that, but
thinking,
my understanding is that on average in
Yeah.
Japan, people just kind of get paid more, so they're able to do that kind of thing. At least that's my understanding. But go on.
I don't know. I have nothing else to say other than
Yeah,
that.
I think we've almost kind of gotten there, unless like anyone else has any like sort of final thoughts with it. By the way, I've been playing the music for like the last like 20 minutes or so. Is everyone else in the same? Are you guys more in the like for the music or against it? Because like I'm vibing with it. It feels very much like high energy.
I'm not vibing with it. I don't like you like you
It's
like
trash.
I don't music.
I do
I
love
don't.
idol music.
I
I
really
listened to a
don't,
lot
though.
of BTS today.
I will
Did you
say
hear Butter yet?
I haven't listened to anything music wise other than what was in this trailer. I'm not a fan of idol music. I liked what was in that trailer. Fine enough. I know there are those other videos. I just need to get away from you guys to listen to it and really get an opinion. From hearing what you guys said, where it's like kind of orchestral and stuff, I think orchestral could work for this style. But the idol stuff, I guess it just kind of depends on, is it gonna be TMS idol style, or is it
Sounds
gonna
like
be
it.
I wouldn't say
Sounds
that.
like
So kind of bringing in, and I know this isn't like super fair, but because the composer between Caligula and Monarch is the same, at least for Caligula 1. One of the things I love about Caligula's OST, people don't really talk about, is the overworld music. Like I mentioned, how the battles are kind of seamless between overworld and fighting. When you're not in a battle, it's just all instrumentation. And then when you go into battle, no matter where you are in the song, it just snaps, and then you're right in the middle of that song wherever it was from the overworld with the lyrics there. And so like I could see this doing a similar thing of like these songs that I've been listening, there's a lot of different songs with like vocal recording there. And I bet if you took out all of that and just made them instrumentation, I could see people liking that a whole lot more if you're not really into the whole idol thing. And I always kind of really liked because just I can't think of any other games that did that, of like having vocal songs only when you're in battle, because it adds that kind of extra intensity. Because I think RPGs, especially like JRPGs, kind of train our brain to think when you hear like lyrics in a battle theme, like that's how you know it's going to be like a big deal. Like that's like, okay, let's get real. Like a great example like is, because I was listening to this today because of tomorrow's release, remembering the Genova fight. And like when that music like thematically really changes, like there's no way you're just like you're not sitting up fully in your chair.
I feel like the closest to this specific thing, and even then it's not even it's still fight theme going from instrumental to lyrical, is Metal Gear Rising. And like that is so god tier amazing that
I'm
like
fine with that.
it's still memed, it's still like talked about and beloved and joked about to this day. So I think something like that would be cool.
I guess it just depends how we get, right?
Yeah. So you guys
Well-
think we're gonna get a new Kirby next week?
I'm thinking. Listen, hold out here. I'm thinking we're getting Epic Yarn 2.
I think we're gonna get.
It's
a new
been too
Kirby.
long.
It's been too long.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Epic
It's been
Yarn
3
2.
years.
And-
And it's been 3 years, and usually new Kirby games, and not like the taking the mini game from a base game and turning it into like an eShop game.
Yeah.
They usually have a new base game like every 2 years or so. And it's been 3 years, and we haven't heard anything, so I'm confident we're getting a new Kirby game.
Couple series like that for Nintendo, honestly, because like unless you count, I guess, like Bowser's Fury, like Mario hasn't had a mainline game since 2017.
Are you
Yeah.
not
Like a new
counting
one.
the Paper Mario from last year?
Well, that's not like main, like
Not spin-off, but mainline.
yeah, like a platformer.
Oh, okay. Well, then didn't you mean? Oh, okay. Sorry, you said Bowser's Fury. I think you meant the Bowser's Inside Story, like 3DS
yeah,
one. My
yeah.
bad.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we all got together. This was very messy, but like this energy right here, and I know this might sound like a little hyperbolic, but everyone listening, thank you so much for joining whoever stream you all ended up being a part of. But
Yes, sir.
this is like, I feel like the perfect like little kickoff to E3 of just like, even if you're not like in love with Monarch, just the idea of just getting together and yelling at your friends for saying that games look like something from a 20-year-old system, if just like, this is fun. So thank you, David, thank you, Curl, thank you, Mac, thank you, Ozzy, for all coming on. Thank you, everybody, also who just watched live, and double thank you to anyone who donated to be in the Boku no Pico Superfan Club. Xe, you got close, but Ty at that $9.99. No one was brave enough or financially smart enough to beat that record.
Yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. That was great. It's been great, guys.
Yeah,
and
thank you guys.
thanks, Spencer, for organizing this, man.
It was fun. Thank you guys. It was an interesting reaction.
It was.
I love you.